There we go. Actually. Hello, everyone. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and we're playing another episode of DUNE, Silvanus, Agrestis, and Salutaris, using the 2D20 DUNE system by Modifius. And last we left off, the house Elacca had been arraying itself and making its plans to punish Elacca, and I think a lot of that effort has gone underway. They're pretty much cowed, more or less. However, there is still the issue of a certain rescue of the actual falsgraph of Elacca in an abandoned cabin somewhere on the planet of Ikaz, in a cabin that was owned, or is owned, by Elacca, but is instead surrounded by some paid goons, shall we say, who seem to be bearing the marks and markings of Chome security.
Yes, my notes have them as Chome gun thugs.
And yeah, we had left off with a rocket launcher destroying their hovercraft. So that kind of just started the fight right there and then. So we're gonna cut straight over there to that horrible mess.
So we know that one of the marshals, at least, has a rocket launcher.
To grab it. There. Whoops, that's okay. There. Oh no. There we go. House I should mark. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
So when we're playing like the elite marshal, do we get any benefits from the superb marshal's asset that Mill has, or is that just her?
That's just her, and that also represents that there's more marshals hanging back as well.
Okay.
The ones you guys, the house guard and elite marshal you guys are taking control of, are the heroic ones that are actually like on camera doing stuff around Mill, rather than the countless other ones in the background.
Are they SAG-AFTRA, and did they get scale?
No.
You have to speak.
Actually, they're just extras otherwise.
Okay, Winchester, it's just like playing Klingons. You just gotta yell something as you go to battle.
Yeah, a shady guy who says he's a producer told me if I say one word, I'll never work again in this town.
That part is he probably is a producer.
Look, you can't prove I sent that email, all right? It came from a unlisted source.
Proton. It came through Proton mail.
All right, so I believe you guys, having been the ones who started the combat, are the ones that act first. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the goons. They did have a big old vehicle here, which I suppose they can still hide behind the wreckage. So I should probably let cover. Yeah. So, you see 4 are around the perimeter of the house, like they were getting ready to head in. The cabin, I should say. And there are 2 that were next to the hover, but they weren't in the hover when it exploded, so they're just kind of surprised. They just see the huge explosion. You have your personnel transport a little bit far back, and there's a bunch of other marshals shouting, following Ritter Moonshadow's orders, because, yeah, you're the one that unleashed hell on the guys down there. What's the plan, brave heroes? Plan.
Whoops.
Lead on, Marshall.
Okay, well, as soon as Roll20 keeps reloads because I accidentally closed my tab. Okay, there we go. Now I can see. So yes, I will order the other marshals to prioritize seizing control of the cabin.
You're gonna spend an action moving your super marshals into the cabin to secure it.
Yes.
Okay. That will be a move action. It's difficulty 2. This feels like battle to me.
Yes, I agree.
Are you moving them subtly or boldly?
I'll go bold. Because
Yeah, not
I
much
mean,
point
I
after the rocket
literally just attacked their hover with a rocket launcher. I'm pretty sure subtlety is out the window at this point. Using my drive of duty, do either combat awareness or tactics apply, or strategy? Actually, now that I have that as well.
Tactics would apply here, yeah.
Cool. I will spend the 3 momentum we have for.
What? No, that's
threat. Damn. Sorry, I misremembered what color token you were using for that. My bad. I will spend 3 more threat then, for 2 more dice.
Yep.
And yes, I am using a focus. There we go.
You generate a momentum, but a comp hits the board.
E.
Complication or 2 threat, unless you have a reroll on the horizon.
I will spend 1 momentum and 1 threat to quash the complication, I think.
That's not a thing. It's either
Okay.
2 threat or a complication happens. Or you reroll.
2 threat then.
Okay. The super marshals charge forward and rush to secure the cabin. I'll note if someone wants to attack them, to attack them in the cabin, they'll have to do a move action to get into the cabin now, because now it's secured by somebody, so that's kind of its own zone now.
Remind me, had we seen them bundling somebody out yet, or?
No, they had just approached. They looked like they were securing the perimeter and getting ready to enter.
Okay. Okay.
Do you guys wish to keep initiative?
I would say yes, since we've got the jump. We might as well keep it as long as we can.
It costs 2 resources, so either 1 momentum, 1 threat, or 2 threat.
I'd say 1 and 1, but it's up to you, Mel.
Works for me.
101. Boop and boop. Turn still stays yours.
You want to go, Winchester, or shall I?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay.
Remember the house guard that's riding along with the marshals, kind of at Tamil Moonshadow's elbow. What do you want them to have on hand? Because it'll cost stuff for them to be armed, unless they're not using a weapon. But see, you clicked the wrong thing. This one.
A long blade.
Okay, long blade. Take 2 threat. What's the house guard up to?
Let's see. Anyone look important?
They all seem to be wearing similar attire. If there is anyone important, they're not on the battlefield currently, or they were in the hover.
All right. Just have a page on suggested actions.
I believe 162 through 170. I have a GM cheat sheet, so but it does have page. Oh, that's not part of the book. Taking action 166 onward. So you could, the 3 main things you can do is either move from a zone, from zone to zone, or attack something in your zone, or try to create an asset in where you are, whether it's a stratagem or grabbing equipment or finding a defensive asset of some kind to hide behind or utilize.
All right. I'll spend. Actually, do I have to spend, or can I get a roll to create advantage?
You can spend, or as an action, instead of spending, you can go for difficulty 2 to try to create an advantage of some kind. Create an asset.
Right. Then I want to try to create the advantage menacing, so that entry into this zone is more difficult. There's a guy with a sword here, and he's ready to go.
Oh. So I would say that's battle. Difficulty 2.
I think that'll duty. This is all in the service of the marshal and the house. looks like a success.
Houseguard looks all menacing and ready to go ahead, charge up this hill. I'll meet you.
Being that it's with a sword, I imagine it's, more like egging the ruffians to come up the hill.
This guy is going to try to enter into the cabin to contest holding the cabin. I need to hit difficulty 2 to get in there. They are going to try to move in there subtly to try to get the jump on the superb marshals. I'll buy a couple dice. Oh, there we go. Oop. One, two, three. Got one more than I needed, so generate a threat. You guys move in to contest with the marshals. Because I moved in subtly, I can keep the initiative for nothing, so I will. This guy by himself is facing a lot of marshals, so he's going to need some backup. This guy's going to go in there as well. Try to. Bup. 1, 2, 3. Not a very efficient economy, guys. Do better at your jobs. Freaking thugs. Turn goes back to the good guys as you notice that the marshals are being see people rushing into their cabin. Like you can see them slipping into the cabin through other means that the marshals probably aren't immediately aware of, but then they're fighting. You can hear some combat inside the cabin.
Can we tell if the opponents are wearing shields or not?
They don't. You don't see the telltale sign of shields.
Okay.
It's very obvious someone has shields on. There's a shimmer.
First, I'm going to give you some threat for equipage.
Grabbing.
Take 6.
6.
Threat for a long sword or a long blade, a semi-shield, and a stunner. Okay. And the stunner does not appear to be statted out in the book. It apparently is a slow pellet weapon. According to the DUNE wiki, it fires darts that can be tipped with either poison or unconscious juice, I guess.
Okay.
Is there a reason to take a half shield?
Because, well, I mean, it basically works like a shield. So in my head, when you're getting in a duel, you've got a shield and a sword, and also you can shoot past it as you advance, like a marshal. I'm trying to think more like a
half shield. A half shield is a normal shield that's only meant to cover half the body for gladiatorial purposes.
Oh, I was reading.
It would kind of be a weird thing for someone who actually doesn't want to get hurt to use.
Okay, I'll use a shield then.
The only reason you wouldn't use a shield is that you can't shoot out of a shield.
Right.
Okay, I take that back. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so that sort of made sense for me for coppish kind of operations.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But okay, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to move boldly into the cabin to reinforce the marshals who are in there and try and find the Falscroft.
Okay, difficulty 2. Battle or move, whatever's better for you.
I think I'll do battle and duty. Not that it matters, it's all the same. Difficulty 2, so I'll give you a threat for a 3rd die.
Okay.
Do not have a focus. Well, that didn't work out.
the bad guys start raining some, start shooting from their positions up at you as you try to approach, and you kind of have to retreat back up the hill, so you can't really get down there without getting clipped.
Okay.
Because it's one of those. You have your shield, but it's one of those. Your half shield. It's like, yeah, but if I go in there at the wrong time, I'm gonna get caught, like climbing through a window or something. There is a threat. There is a complication on the board. Am I getting 2 threat or is something bad happening?
You're only at 14. Take 2 more.
Sure.
So you can pour in all those reinforcements later. Holy shit, you're clean shaven.
This is my second on camera being clean shaven. Yeah, I was clean shaven on Monday because I wasn't on the Tuesday. I wasn't on camera.
No. I don't think I've ever seen you without the beard.
No, it's been almost a decade since I shaved completely, clean shaven. So, thank you for noticing. So this guy in the back is gonna fire a well, they're not gonna bring that out yet. That's overkill. They take out a pistol to fire up at Moonshadow.
Oh no.
Opposed battle roll as they're firing up at you.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy a couple dice. You wish to buy dice.
Does combat awareness apply or tactics?
I'd take combat awareness here. You're kind of watching what's happening. You notice this guy taking a bead on you.
All right. You can take 3 more threat.
Oh no. I only got 1 hit, so you did 1, 2, 3, 4. You generate 4 momentum as you see them long before they shoot at you. Are you armed with a ranged weapon?
Let me check. No.
Okay. So your role basically is ducking behind, is seeing them shoot at you, and you kind of dive away from it and crawl behind the berm of the hill as darts and stuff start digging into the dirt. But the thing is, this guy was such a terrible shot, he really gave away where he was, and you now, by the time he has to start reloading his gun, you were able to peek out again and get a really good look at the battlefield again. This bad guy is going to try to shoot you as well. 2, 3. Gonna buy 2 additional dice. Continues the fire on the marshal, the obvious officer among the group up there. Dressed nicer than they are.
I will spend 3 of the momentum we have for extra dice. I assume combat awareness applies again?
Yep. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I also have 4. Do I want to spend a determination on that?
They are just hitting you if it's where it is.
Yeah, I think I will spend my determination for this session. To re-roll that one.
What's your duty statement?
Zach.
Will do what I must in service of my house and people? Yeah. You're not meant to be shot down on a hill.
Especially not in the case that the false graph has not yet been retrieved.
Yeah.
Focus. Submit. And I will roll the d20 to see if I get my determination back. No.
That is yet to fire. I think it's fired once this whole time. This guy's gonna try to move up the hill to where you guys are. I'm gonna spend. That house guard's pretty menacing, so 1, 2. Buy full mitt. Have your AP.
Yay!
I rolled a lot of dice, and I don't think I made it. No. Nope, that's for something else. Yeah, no, this guy tries to get up that hill, but he is very, very wary of this house guard who kind of goes to meet him and menaces at him enough that he starts scrambling. He starts scrambling back down the hill so he doesn't get stabbed.
Rawr, rawr.
This guy thinks the other guy is a wimp. He's gonna try. Well, get up that hill.
Take that hill, Marine.
Full mitt, another AP. 1, 2, 3, 4. Prep back, as no matter how menacing House Guard is, he's not able to get back in time before this guy's able to get up the hill and be in the midst of ready to fight you. Unfortunately, there are like 3 of you up here and just him. So, but he's tough. He can do it. Everyone has gone, so bad guys acted last. Therefore, you act first. Players.
I'll go, because what I wanted was this guy to get up here because I have a sword, so I did not want to rush in and then everybody take their turn shooting at me.
Yeah.
Because you only get one action. You don't get to move and act. So I guess we don't really enter a duel because that's a separate thing, but I'll attack him.
It is an opposed battle roll.
All right. I will spend a momentum.
Spend a threat to match you.
Power, because this is a matter of strength.
Yeah. Oh no.
And that's why we pay Pelota.
1, 2, 3 is still. Oh wait, no. 1 and 2. I'm wrong. So you gain 2 momentum. You have a comp on your side.
Gives you threat.
Okay. So you deal 2 stress to him as you start slashing at him. He does not immediately go down because he doesn't have a battle of 2.
The most additional I could do is 1, right?
Yep, by spending 2 momentum.
So, okay, I'm not going to do. There's no way he has a battle of 3. I will use um 2 to create the trait Is this guy using a sword?
He is, yeah.
Okay.
Well, more like a club. Yeah. Oh no, it is a
Okay.
sword. He'd need it for the shield. He'd need it in case you had shields. That's why people don't use clubs.
Well, I didn't know if it was a knife or a short sword, or like if it was an actual like
Blade, yeah.
true sword.
It's a true sword, yeah.
Okay. This will be for the advantage. Strong defense or something like that. Like the house guard is taking very good care to, follow through the forms that he's practiced with Veloci. So, there's very few things this guy could do that wouldn't risk serious retaliation.
A very strong guard.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, increases difficulty to hurt you by 1. With momentum threat combination.
Momentum.
Yep. Boop and boop. Are you guys keeping, or is it going to them?
Do you think we need to keep, or?
What? Go ahead.
If you have no strong opinion, then just let him go.
If anyone has anything they want to do before initiative bleeds over, I'd say it's probably good to keep, but otherwise.
Yeah, let's keep and let me do something.
1 and 1, 2,
1 and 1.
1.
And then I'm going to immediately give you 2 threat for the trait of marksman.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot at this guy with my stunner.
Okay,
And
pose
here-
battle roll.
And battle duty. I'll give you 3 for 4. Yes, focus for pistol.
Spend those back.
Ooh, this guy's not doing great.
1, 2, and 3. That's enough to hit him. That's
Okay.
the difficulty. You've done 2 strain to him as you start firing at him. He's like, ah. One of them catches him on the arm. It's He has to dart a little further away from you.
All right. I would assume that since I'm a marshal, he's using I'm using some sort of non-lethal poison to stun somebody. So how do we do that?
Basically means if you zero him out, he won't die.
Okay.
He'll just fall over.
Okay. I was hoping to take him out with that, but I forget how damage in this game works.
You do 2 plus the quality of the weapon, and if you want to do additional
0.
damage, you have to spend 2.
So, with a marksman advantage, that actually would have given me an extra hit. So.
Oh, that's right. Yep. So you gain a momentum.
Okay. So I'll tell you what. I'll just immediately spend that momentum as another point of damage.
You need 2 to do extra damage.
Well, 1 and 1 then.
Okay. Tag him in the arm. His arm goes a little numb. He realizes, oh no. That keeps happening. I'm not going to stay awake very long.
Okay. I was hoping to take him out, but oh well.
Bad guy up on the hill is going to try to fight off this house guard. He's going to try to stab you. Buying a full mitt. Have your AP.
Woot. Ooh. Excuse me.
Gonna buy back there, Winchester.
Buy what back?
It's an opposed battle roll.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was concerned. How much did you buy?
Full mitt.
2? Oh, full mitt. Why'd you only roll 4 dice?
I haven't rolled for you yet.
Oh, okay. Um, you'll have to remind me. These are not quote unquote advantages. They're traits on the scene, right? So they can be applied in different ways.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think menacing should still be useful here because he has to overcome personal fear and an actual realization that I have a strong defense.
I would take that, yeah. So basically,
So-
he has to get 2 more than you to actually hurt you.
So in that case, I'm only gonna spend for 2 extra dice. So I'm gonna give you 3 threat.
See why I did a full mix? I was like, there's a lot of stuff in
Yeah.
this zone I don't like.
No, he has a lot to overcome.
You're just some house guard. He's a professional. He can totally do that. He believes in himself. He shouldn't. But 1, 2, 3. All he got. Beat him by 1, 2, 3. You gain 3 momentum, and you do more damage to him because
Did
you're
that
in
take in?
fighting distance.
Sorry, did that? How many did he get?
1, 2, 3. I got 3.
Okay, and I got 6. Okay, you're right. Sorry.
So you do 2 additional damage to him because as he tries to close in, your menacing makes him balk just enough, and your strong defense pushes his blade away, and you're able to strike out at him. He doesn't go down immediately though. You wish to spend for more damage? I can tell you his battle's not 4, otherwise he'd already be down. Bidding for extra damage or no?
No. I think he's probably got a damage of 6, not 5.
Yep.
A battle. I'm sorry. I'm guessing his battle is 6. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Turn will roll over to the good guys because that was a bad guy turn. I could keep. I don't have a lot of threat. I'm not gonna sweat it. Goes to good guys.
That's you, Mill.
Yep.
I want to do. That's a good question.
You can either do something yourself, or you can give orders to your personal transport or to your superb marshal.
I'm going to order my marshals to try to repel the baddies from the cabin.
Opposed battle roll, of course.
Okay. I will buy 2 dice using the momentum we have.
I'll meet
Does
you.
tactics apply?
Say again.
Tactics?
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, I am using a focus. quite as good.
Oh, 1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I don't have a reroll, so.
Fortunately, your marshals are badly hurt and disabled for the fight as they're trapped in the cabin with their injuries. They can't attack you, the assets would hit them, so.
I gotta get in there.
This bad guy is gonna do something inside the cabin. Whatever it was, he failed. This guy is gonna try to do the same thing. He'll buy a die because the other guy screwed up.
Damn it.
Succeeded. This guy is going to return fire at the one who tried to stun him. Firing up at the elite marshal.
Okay.
Opposed roll. I don't buy any extra dice. I can't.
Post battle, yeah.
Yep. Fires his
buy any
multiple
dice.
slip at you. Hey. Aw. I can't click. There we go. I got one more than you.
Okay.
I got two more than you, actually. As you take 2 stress as the mullet pistol rips into some of the cover near you. That could have been...
Okay.
Well, actually, it absorbs into your shield.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to walk that back. He can't attack you. Ranged. You have a shield on. I can't do what I just did.
Interestingly enough, apparently stunners can go through shields.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, but
It's a dart, right?
yeah, because it's a slow pellet, and it apparently you can tune your shield to knock it out. But I don't know. That's just Dune Wiki bullshit. So
He's gonna fire up at actually at the Ritter Marshal because you don't have a shield on.
Oh no.
So it's an opposed roll with you. I'll re-roll new dice because that's I goofed.
Okay.
And I got 2.
Combat awareness apply?
Yeah.
Okay. You can take 3 threat.
Yep.
So I'll buy 2 extra dice. And select. Yes, using focus.
Oh no. Well. 1
That was
versus
good.
your 3, 4. So you generate 4 momentum.
Yeah.
As he does try to he spends too much time aiming at the elite marshal and then realizes that he has a half shield on and tries to aim at you, but you saw him long before you got a chance to get a bead on you, and you're already ducking and weaving between cover as he fires up at you. He wastes a lot of time. One of these guys in the back, one guy's gonna kind of retreat back and make a call. He's gonna make sure he doesn't whiff this call because this will be very annoying if we don't get this. Y'all.
Real quick, actually, is there anything you need to know about the false graph and her intentions, or what decision she would make? Because I have to drop. Like, is there anything later in the episode you're going to need to know what she would think on?
I would aim that question at the players if there's anything you guys absolutely need to know with Falsgrafen's intentions.
I don't think so at this point, because I'm trying to remember. You haven't found the bioweapon yet, right?
No, and that's really something I'd actually have to be here to
Yeah,
deal
that's
with
what I thought.
y'all
So,
with. So,
yeah. All right. No, nothing on my end.
all right, then I will catch y'all next week.
See
Yeah,
ya.
see
See
ya.
you next week.
So this guy's gonna try to call for help, more or less. Oh, he definitely got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Generate 3 threat. As a backup hover, begins flying into the scene. This guy is going to call for it to land next to the cabin.
Yeah.
Duh, duh, duh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. All the bad guys have gone. Goes back to good guys as you notice dramatically that the house guard that was with you tumbles off the side in a
No.
wrestling match as they both scramble down the hill fighting each other. But it is a good guy turn.
I could try to rush into the house moving boldly, and theoretically, because I'm thinking this guy has grabbed the Fallscroft, if I can get in by a bold move, I can force him up to you out of the house.
He's not an
That
asset.
sounds like a good idea.
He's not an asset. He's a person. You can move assets, not people.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood that.
You can move the hover. That's an asset.
True. But if you want to go first, go ahead if you have a plan.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to try and move boldly in here.
Okay. It is move or battle, difficulty 2.
Okay. And I will spend 3 of the momentum just to be sure I can hopefully pull this off. There we go.
Generated 1 as you charge into the cabin. Where would you like the backup hover to go? Because you do man, you can move it around somewhere.
I can move it like a zone, basically.
Yeah.
It
can be up on the hill, not in the cabin or
right
back.
What do you think, Mill? I mean, is our personnel transport armed?
Would it be armed, or would it just potentially have more dudes?
It'd be in its traits, but my presumption it was a shielded personnel transport, so it's an unarmed transport carrier.
So
I mean, if we bring the personnel transport into your zone, at least if the Falscroft is in there, you can maybe evacuate them using it. So
yeah, Mill might want to get into the house because she's going to have a lot more capability than my support guy. But anyway, for now, I'll move the hover back here.
Probably
that?
you probably do some marksman like pot shots at the pilot
Yep.
chair. And he's like, I'm
Pow.
gonna get away from you before you shoot me. It's like,
Right.
haha, I'm not attacking you. I'm going into the cabin. And yeah, since you actually have a friendly in there now, you do notice that they do have someone with a hood on who is bundled over one of their shoulders. This guy in particular.
Right. Elacca! Scale.
Keep initiative or give it to them.
Oh, let's keep.
Yeah.
Momentum or threat.
Let's do momentum. Starve you a little bit.
Okay. Goes to the Ritter Marshal.
I will try to move over to the same zone as the cabin.
Okay. Difficulty 2.
All right. Can I use battle
Yes.
as a
Sorry.
skill?
Battle or move.
Tactics supply?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think I'll buy anything. I think I'll just use the 2 days for now. Submit.
Oh, generate 2.
Nice.
Find a gap in their opening and woof, you rush into the building.
Excellent.
Are you using moving subtly or boldly?
I will go boldly. Roll 20 just glitched out on me, so I need to re-roll the page again so I can see which asset I want to move. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with roll 20 today, but I am.
Because the New Brunswick gods have decided to mess with your internet instead of your power today.
Yeah. Can I move? So it has to be an enemy.
Yep.
Backup.
Yep.
Can I move the backup hover further away?
You could, yeah.
I will.
I'll say as you're moving forward, you start like pantomiming gestures as if you're pointing to people off this way and that
Yeah.
way to do something. And the pilot's like, I don't want to get. I heard there's a rocket launcher somewhere nearby. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna get some distance. You guys can come to where I am. I'm not getting any closer. And they're running away for no reason because everyone you have is pretty much on the board. Not that they know that.
Hey, I have a suggestion before your turn ends, Mill.
Mm.
Why don't you spend 2 to create the trait of, I don't know, either trapped or blocked escape route on the house, on the cabin, so that it makes it more difficult for him to leave, for them to get out.
Would that trait cut both ways?
You could make it cut both ways, but you could explain it such that it's you guys blocking the exits. You're purposely making it hard to leave the zone.
Let's do that.
2 momentum, 2 threat, 1 and 1.
2 momentum.
Oop.
Spend the 2 I just made.
Blocked escape. Oh god, no.
What's that?
I pulled the zone marker with me.
Oh.
Alright, so guy with VIP needs to leave. They're gonna try to leave. Boop, boop, boop. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. I needed 3. Threat.
Since the sense of the blocked escape is that we're doing the blocking, can we oppose his roll?
No, because he's moving.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
You guys try to find. You try to block all the major doors. He basically runs, pushes through doors. You're scrambling after each other in this very close quarter moment. The camera pans back, and it's all kinds of like Jason Bourne-esque chaos for a second until shatter. He dives through one of the windows and kind of picks the guy up that he grabbed and starts running for it. He shouts at everyone else, "Where's the hover?" And they point back, and he's like, it looks up like, "Why is it all the way back there? It's supposed to be there." Very exasperated. This guy, you know what? He's gonna try to do the same thing, except he is gonna spend his action trying to create he's gonna try to block your escape. So he is just hitting a difficulty 2 by a die. Ooh. He did not make it.
He just made it easier.
Yeah, he actually did. It's actually easier to leave the zone because he blocks exits, but he kind of didn't block. He's blocking the way the guy left, but that's a window. There's a perfectly fine door over that way. He's just assuming someone's covering, and he's wrong. There's no one there covering the door yet, so he's actually made it easier for you guys to get out. Meanwhile, this guy is gonna be move forward, you idiot. Get over here. We're not running to you, come to us. Unfortunately, he's made it even harder for this guy to come forward, because he's he is not assuring the pilot over there that he's that landing in the zone is at all safe. This guy's gonna try as well. Doesn't succeed, but doesn't make it any worse. Meanwhile, while that's going on, the guy outside the cabin is going to shoot. He is hurt. He's just going to move. He's going to try to move back a bit. He knows that he doesn't want to be near the cabin for too much longer. Does not succeed, as he's too wary of you guys shooting out of the cabin. Turn goes to good guys. Oh, I'm rolling absolute crap.
Good, because there's just 2 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will note there are injured marshals where you are. You could revive as an action. You could try to revive them, get them back on their feet, or you can just do your normal stuff. Just letting you know. Just letting you know that they're not. I don't have them in here, so we get clustered.
Oh, right.
The richer marshal or the elite marshal.
I mean, I could shoot the guy, but I'd have to spend so much threat to take him all the way down. But then we could keep, and you could maybe scoop up the package.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hello, Elizabeth. It is going quite well. Well, it's going well for me. The players are the ones struggling at them.
It's true. All right, so yes, I will line up and take a shot at the guy carrying whatever it is, whoever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and the marksman is still out there.
Still in the opposed roll.
Yep. Battle duty is fine. Okay. Since I'm gonna do a threat dump anyway, I'll give you 3 for 4.
Just before you get too far ahead here, you only able to buy 1 extra damage.
Oh, okay.
So you won't be able to. You won't be able to insta drop him.
Okay, so that may not be worth doing that way then.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Um,
The only thing that goes down instantly are assets.
right. So can I get to him from here with a move, in theory?
You could, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Try and get to him and block his escape. Unless you want to do that instead, Mill, since you're...
I'm fine with you doing it.
Okay. Okay.
Difficulty
So
2.
that...
Sorry, difficulty 1 because they made it easier for you to leave.
Oh, yeah. Groovy. I will give you 1 threat for 3 die just because of the way I've been rolling. See? See?
Well, you made it.
I made it, yeah. So,
And how are you moving? Boldly or subtly?
let's do boldly and push their hover even further back. Ooh! I might have a rocket launcher.
Start firing up at them again. The guy's like, I really don't want to get hurt.
Let's see. And I'll give you 2 more for the trait of blocking. Like I'm in his way. He's got to, yeah, block escape. That'll work. And then, shall we keep?
Keep would cost you 2.
Right.
Elizabeth, yes, this is a game. This is 2D20 Dune, a TTRPG in the Dune universe, as released by Modifius. Running it on roll 20. No.
Do you want to keep, Mill?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so 2 more to keep him.
2 threat. What you doing, Ritter Mill?
I am going to try to evict the baddies from the cabin using my blade asset.
Okay. Pose battle.
Sure. Tactics?
Yep.
I'm gonna buy 2 extra dice using threat. So 3 threat for you.
I'll spend those back.
Yes, I shall use focus.
Two and 3 and 4.
Versus 5.
5, so you generate 1. Do
Yes.
2 stress to him. Is your sword a higher quality? It's 0, isn't it? 'Cause it's not
Yeah.
one of your nicer ones.
Correct.
2 doesn't drop him immediately. You can spend 2 to do 1 additional damage if you like.
I don't think I will, because I doubt he only has a battle of 3.
Yeah. Well, shoot. No, really. Land over here. Get safe. Don't worry about it. 2, 3. Boop, boop. This guy just leaves.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, that didn't work. Well, what are we gonna do then? Well,
Surrender.
there's only so many of them. We can do this. Just get that one. All right.
No.
And go up to you and try to stab you. Pose battle.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy a die.
You would.
Would.
All right. Things are getting a bit desperate here. Duty submit. I also will buy a die.
With.
Joe Minton.
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
I have 5.
Great. 2 momentum. 2 stress to him. Tries to get at you, but your shield kind of gets in the way from him doing fast attacks, and you're able to menace him back with your own weapon. With your pistol, actually, you probably like block with the shield a little bit and turn it and twist it, and then you're firing at him to get him to back off.
I mean, I have a sword too, so either way.
Oh yeah, you could be attacked with your sword. That's true. This bad guy is going to. He doesn't want to be in the same zone as you are, so he's going to try to run away a bit more. Actually, he's going to spend some time looking for a way to escape through the woods. I'm going to buy a die.
Don't forget blocked escape.
Yeah. 1, 2 would be enough, but the blocked escape is making it hard for them to think that they're safe to go that way, so they have to use up more time. Elizabeth, by the way, what other games do you play besides this game? So I run DUNE on Saturdays, Fabula Ultima, which is a Japanese-style JRPG, TTRPG. Also run on Roll20. I also run 2D20 Star Trek on Tuesdays. Other games I play, I'll do like visual novels and strategy games and stuff like that. So like Civilization 6. Current visual novel I'm on right now is Royal Order. I really should get back to that. That's generally what I do. Mostly TTRPGs, but I'm trying to get more into more computer gamey stuff as well. You know what? Let's attack the marshal. We need to get her down.
No.
Battle roll with a sword.
Okay.
I buy no dice. I can't.
Whoops. I will buy.
You'll buy how many? Sorry. We lost Moonshadow.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
Okay, that was weird. I was saying I'll buy a die using momentum.
Yep.
And submit. Tactics still applies, I assume?
Yes. I got 1 with a comp. 1, 2, 3, 4. So generate 3. I'm going to say, as he tries to attack you, you're able to counterattack and do him some damage. I'm going to give you a bonus damage because they overextended into you. They're being a little too aggressive and underestimating you because you don't have a shield, but you're actually a deft fighter in your own right. So he gets a lot more hurt than he really bargained for. You wish to spend for extra damage. 5 is not enough to drop them.
I will.
2
Spend momentum.
And this one, the guy fighting you gets cut down as you do a finishing blow. As he gets he gets driven out of the building and out one of the windows. This guy is trying to get thrown out a window, so he's just gonna back off. 1, 2, that's enough. Oh, sorry, 3. I actually gained 1.
He goes flying out the window with Wilhelm scream.
Goes to good guys because bad guys acted last. Goes to the Rich Marshal or the Elite Marshal.
I went most recently, so I think.
I mean, if you've got something you want to do, by all means.
I kind of want
He has
to.
our flag.
I want to see if I can track down the Falscruff in the cabin.
So you don't think they have him?
Like we thought he was in the cabin, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to clear the cabin and make sure that we know whether or not he's actually in here.
Okay. That would be understand or battle, difficulty 2.
But remember, we saw this guy carrying somebody in a hood.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Okay.
Flip. In that case, I guess I will move to this zone.
Difficulty 2? Difficulty 1 because they made it easy to leave the cabin.
Battle roll. Two dice. Actually, do I want 2 dice or do I want? Yeah, I'll go with 2 dice. Tactics play?
Yeah.
Oh, oof.
Well, you got
So-
out, but there is a comp.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oh, you're actually taking the complication.
Yeah, I want to save our momentum for later.
Oh, hot darn. Let's get rid of the complication part of the book. I have suggestions for stuff to do to you. To punish you. I mean, wait. I'm going to bestow upon you the complication of exhausted. You're just feeling really tired from all this running around and shooting, diving through windows, wrestling with people. The trope of you kind of leaning on your knees and catching your breath because you've been doing a lot all in one day.
Yeah.
So all your battle rolls are increase in complication rate.
Okay.
Complication rate? Difficulty, sorry. All your difficulties are battle. You can choose to keep, although your fellow player is quick BRB. You may want your side to keep or not. It's up to you. It's up to you.
I think we do want to keep if we have the momentum for it.
2 momentum, and I have 1 threat.
Let's keep then.
Okay. With what? How do you want to keep it? 1 and 1 or 2?
Oh, sorry. I understand now. I was a little confused there for a minute. Momentum, please.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably. I will point out that this is a lot more difficult than you probably thought they were going to be, because normally if these are just like regular goons, any stress would be enough to drop them. The fact that they're all staying on their feet means that they are an elite group of notable people.
Fair enough.
A turn is thrown to you because of keep initiative, Elite Marshal.
All right. This guy's still searching for a way out. If I move away from the guy that is fighting me, does he get an attack of opportunity?
No, it's all narrative. You're all fighting in the same zone.
Okay. We can roll to create a trait, right?
Yep. Difficulty
so
2
yeah.
generally.
Yeah, so for my action, I'm going to be moving around, laying down cover fire, whatever. If I roll and successful, can I like make blocked escape too? So it like
You're
doubling
increasing the
that?
quality of it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. That makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, what should I roll for that?
I would
move?
call that battle difficulty 2.
Battle. Okay. Duty. Difficulty 2. I'll give you 3 for 4. I really want to make this harder for him to get away. No focus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not good, and I got nothing to do with that. So I think I may have just. I will give you 2 to wipe the clump, so I can just fail.
Okay. Yeah, this guy's gonna keep trying to look for a way for the guy to run away. Gonna do a full mitt, have another AP.
Ooh.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only needed 3, so I generate 3. So now actually is somewhere to run away to. This guy's gonna try to move. Is gonna try to leave the field through the path in the path in the woods that lead up to a ravine.
Come on, blocked escape.
2, 3. Difficulty 3 to move. 1, 2, 3. With a complication. So he does manage to get out. But you can still see him. So I was gonna have it such that this would be a different conflict to keep chasing him, but he's still visible. So you kind of you don't lose track of him. But if he moves yet another zone, he's gone.
Okay.
And normally I would say ha, and this is my master plan. I'm gonna spend to move an extra zone, except I don't have threat to do it, so I can't do that. This guy is going to try to create a blocked. He's going to try to block your guys' way of getting up that hill. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're rolling.
Wow.
Boop, boop. Holding the pass, so it makes it harder for you to enter into that zone. This guy is going to try to reinforce it. One is not enough. Goes to the good guys. What you two gonna do? Go ahead, Elizabeth. Chatter is asking me something.
I think we should try to bypass the guys who are holding the pass right now, so that we can catch up with this guy.
Okay. We could create a trait since we kind of had laid an ambush or something around here, I think, or that know the ground, and that way we know a way around, or we can just try and roll 3 or better to get past those guys. I think it's diff 3, right, GM?
Yep. That's currently
Unless I
diff three.
roll it, in which case it's diff 4 because of that complication.
Okay. So
Let's
maybe we
use
could
move
give
instead of battle. I'll point that out to you. Because battle's what the complication's attached to.
So we could
Right.
give him 2 threat for a trait that would basically wash the blocked escape that they've created, or holding the pass. Or he's trying to overcome the diff.
Sure.
Which do you like?
Depends on who's taking the role, honestly, because if it's bypassing, you might have a decent shot at that, but with
Well,
everything being more difficult, I don't know that I do, because I need to get 4.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. What's your move?
6.
So my
Or, sorry,
battle
5.
is 6. Okay, yeah, I mean my top skill is 6, and I'm gonna roll an 11 for anything because all of my drives are 5, and then anything that's not battle is less. So I mean I'm willing to take the.
I can try for a move.
I mean,
I think
it's
that's
totally up to
decent.
you. I mean, we can just. I'm just thinking maybe threat starving him as much as we can anyway might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, reinforcements.
Hooray. Yeah, I think I'll try for moving and bypassing them.
So that will be move move of difficulty 2 or battle difficulty 3 for you.
Yeah, I'll go with. Oh wait, it's
Up one
only
because of.
difficulty 2.
Oh, sorry.
I
No,
think-
you're right. Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with move. And I will spend. Unfortunately, either way, I'm gonna need to spend for extra
Yeah.
dice. But I'll spend 3 threat.
Okay.
Yes,
Generated 1.
Nice.
marvelous. So I'm gonna scoot. Yes, there I am.
And
Do we want to keep?
oh,
I think we do.
Okay, so 1 and 1.
1.
And then I will try to join the marshal. Diff 3. I am going to give you 3 so I can make this.
Yep.
Just. And then 2 more to block escape.
Okay. No.
Jamie, help!
Buying full mitt. Try to run away from you. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3.
Damn it.
You have a whole different problem now because this person has fled the field. That's all. It'll be an extended task if you can either keep fighting these guys, or you can do an extended task to try to chase down this guy through the woods.
I say we do the extended task, and then maybe, part of that is our backup marshals, and that way you can bring Jamie in.
Likewise.
Yes.
Falscraft will be pissed if we don't come back with Falscraft. So basically, Jamie, the guy we're chasing, we believe, has the Falscraft in a hood over his shoulder.
This fella right here, the Sola.
No, this guy.
Oh, that fella. Okay, got it.
Yep. And there's an elite marshal support or a house guard support that you can use, either one. They're non-notable, so they're very basic support characters. But
All right.
I mean, unless we want to spend to have the backup be Pilati or somebody.
You said something about Corby being threat starved. I'm okay with that. So, no, I think I'll be fine with the base guard.
Okay.
All right. So,
Oh, Corby, could I ask you a quick thing? Could you reset the music? Because I can't hear it. Thank you. Yes, I got it.
so at this point, it is a this is a different kind of skirmish in the sense that you're doing this is a conflict more that isn't listed in the book that I would consider like a manhunt or a chase. So this is you guys running through the woods, finding his tracks, spotting him, running some more, possibly taking rest breaks because you get exhausted eventually, and trying to time it in such a way that
I think you roboted out.
Nope, just for you. I could hear him just fine.
Yeah, I could hear him.
Can you hear me still?
God dang it, Canada, why do you always have to be so weird? Always something.
Yeah, I
Weird
can hear you.
because I can hear a Moonshadow just fine.
Yeah,
Maybe
same.
something on her end, I guess.
Moonshadow, can you hear us?
Oops, not. No.
Okay.
This is a problem. They're the only main character present.
We'll go to another scene.
I have to.
Ah. That was not Roll20 or my system. That was me clicking when I should have clacked. And getting right back on. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Hello? Are you back?
Nope.
Hello.
Yep, there you are.
I have no idea what just happened, but apparently the Wi-Fi router kicked me off momentarily.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
I'm hardwired in, so that's why I didn't get kicked off. Right. So, to restart, this is an extended skirmish task in the sense that you are chasing after this person, and on a manhunt, days of and hours of time are passing with each turn. There are 3 of you chasing this person down. They only really get 1 turn because they do have other people who are down at the hill. But really, it's this one person trying to shake you off. I might generate stuff down the line, but now all they got. They're the ones who made the fair escape first, so I'm gonna try to. So the main person they need to get away from, they basically gonna do checks like move checks and battle checks and stuff. Once they get enough damage or stress to any one person, they didn't really hurt that person. All they've done is evaded them. That person can no longer keep up in the chase. They've lost track of it. They've gotten too tired. They can't continue the manhunting.
Right.
So, first off, bad guy is going to do some move checks. He's going to target the Ritter Marshal and set up some traps. So it's going to be an opposed battle roll to try to get you to stumble into some of their nothing deadly, but enough to slow you down. Buying a full mitt.
That is our 4th AP, I think.
Yep. I will note this is a new scene, so the Superb Marshals and the personnel transport are present.
Hooray.
Excellent.
Is the complication gone, or do I need to heal that separately?
You need to heal that separately.
Dang. Alright. What did you say the roll was again?
Battle.
Battle. Dang. Fair enough. Does haptics work?
Yeah, as you're trying to counter their trap tactics and such.
Okay. I will also buy up to a full net.
Okay.
So 6 threat for you. 'Cause I really don't want to be knocked out of the fight.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Dang.
This is 1, 5. I'm gonna generate 4. Oop. Sorry, I got 1 more because you are exhausted.
Yeah.
So your fatigue's starting to build up as you take 2 stress.
Okay.
Turn goes good, guys.
You want to head straight off the bat, Marshall?
Sure. I think what I will do is... Oh my gosh, roll 20. Please quit glitching on me. Please. Thank you. Ask my superb marshals to try to head them off and maybe set up a perimeter further ahead in the woods.
Okay. Give me. Still sounds like a battle roll to me. Opposed. But if you hit, you're gonna do like 6 damage to them, chasing them down with the marshals.
Still using duty.
I'm gonna buy full mitt because oh no, that's a lot of dudes chasing me.
Sadly, I am also gonna buy a full net.
Did he buy another full mitt?
I did, yeah.
You did.
5.
5. Jeez Louise. Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
Holy crap.
Oh no.
Rock and roll, Marshall.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Holy Jesus, what a roll!
Generate
Yeah, I know, right?
Statistically, that's a very good roll. Why?
10. So you generate 3 because I would get 1 more than normal, but all the same, that is 4, 5, 6. This falls back into a normal skirmish because they are
Correct.
they get the super marshals are able to get into a position that kind of heads them off, so they have to stop and fight.
Nice.
And I'm gonna say
Whoop, 6.
some of the other goons have showed up as well, caught up with the fight. Actually, not too much. Battle goes to you because you're the one who are able to trap them. You're 1 zone away from them. Your super marshals are ahead a zone because they're the ones who kind of cut off their escape route. These 3 guys all on their own.
Are we keeping since that was Moon Shadows or?
It's a new battle, so you guys are starting
right.
a new conflict.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, I've got to cross a zone though. You can't move and act.
no.
What kind of weapons we got with these house
Slight
guards?
You got to pay for it.
Hey, think it'd be worth it to pay for it, or
I mean, otherwise you don't have a sword or a shield or anything.
a pistol?
Yeah. Speaking of, since this is new, do we have to pay again?
No, I won't make you pay again for it.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
That'd be a scam.
So-
Just every time a new battle, so, you have to buy all your stuff again.
So I'm going to move boldly into this zone.
Okay.
Get you.
Difficulty 2.
Okay. Move. It. I'll give you momentum for a 3rd die.
Okay.
Yay.
Generate 1. Forward.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna spend 2 momentum to create the trait blocked escape again on specifically this dude.
Okay.
So I'm like
Firing
moving
at
around.
the various escape
Yep.
routes.
Do we want to
Very
keep?
I think so, right?
Yeah.
1 and
1 and 1?
Yeah.
Boop. Boop.
Okay. GM,
Yeah.
these house guard that I control here. Think I can pay for a set of pistols?
You could for 2.
Yeah, take it.
Yep.
Think I can fire from this zone where I am here into this fella here. I don't want to kill him. I want to slow him down. I don't know, aim for the leg or something, just so he doesn't run. He hobbles instead.
I got you.
I think it's possible, or would the zones incur a penalty?
No, you can. The trait
Alright.
of it being ranged will let you fire into another zone, I'd say.
Okay, I'd like to aim for a knee or his Achilles heel or something and try and slow him down.
Very good. It is an opposed battle roll.
Battle, duty or power? It's all the same to me.
That's up to you. Why is he doing what he's doing?
Well, it's duty. He's got the false graph. Focus and pistol applies.
Yep.
Can I give you a threat for another die?
Sure. I'll spend it back.
I got 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is an. I'm setting the difficulty, so you do hit him. So you do 2 stress to him. So you start firing at his ankles. It's not enough to drop him, but you are seeing some effect as you're clipping into him. You're not getting like a. He's moving around and trying not to get hit, but you're
Right,
starting
I'm
to zero
hoping
in on
just I'm hoping to slow him down so the other marshals who are flanking him can, get him more easily.
Right,
So
right.
the stress maybe does it.
Yeah. You wish to do 1 extra damage for 2 threat, or are you happy with just 2 damage?
Would 3 damage make any difference, or?
If his battles 3 or lower, he'd fall over.
But it's not 3 or lower, I think, so. You go ahead and keep those 2.
Okay. This guy is going to take out. Hey, are your support marshals shielded there, Moonshadow?
I don't believe so.
What
This
are
guy.
their traits?
Yeah.
Sec.
Oh, you don't have the traits listed. In that case, book their. I think I know what they're.
Their traits are shielded, well armed. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the personnel transport. So I guess it is armed. The personnel transport is,
Oh, it is. Oh, there you go.
because it's got well armed.
Yeah, power!
Oh wait, no, that is the marshals. Their keywords are shielded, well armed, elite, morale, and they have specialty of police action and forest power.
Oh, it's in the expanded bit.
Yeah.
So they are shielded, so I can't do what I was gonna do. So,
Yeah, that's a question. Is this forested?
it is, yeah.
So I think forest power might come into play hardcore.
Yeah.
Yes, anything they're doing they actually have a. It's easier for them to do so because they have a trait. They're in a forested area. Well, shoot. What's that idea? Personnel transport is shielded as well. Can't do what I was going to do.
Yeah, because you never know when somebody's gonna have a fucking rocket launcher.
Hum. This guy is going to rush over to the elite marshal and swipe at him. The sword.
No.
Heck.
Buying 2 dice.
I'll give you that right back for 2 of my own.
Okay. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4.
6.
So you generate 2. So, generate 2. And you do 2 stress to him as you're able to do some retaliatory swipes at him. turn goes to friendly, which means the Ritter Marshal.
I believe I am going to move my zone to the same zone as the guy with carrying the figure.
Okay. Move of 2.
Alrighty. I will buy 1 extra die with momentum.
Yeah.
Since I have no focus. Oh, dang. Well, I was due.
Yeah, you try to move down further in, but you kind of end up walking. You try to go around in a way that doesn't get into the midst of the fight, and you end up finding a rather large rock in your way. And it's like, oh crap, I can't go that way. Well, I just wasted a bunch of time trying to be clever. That's
Yeah.
annoying. This guy is gonna close up and attack the elite marshal.
Ah!
1,
Peck!
2,
Peck!
3.
Give it right back to you.
Yep. One, 2, 3, 4. You
I got
generated
5.
more than me. This guy gets tagged as well. That elite marshal's actually doing quite a bit of good work over there.
Yeah, he is.
Well, this guy is gonna call for some special reinforcements.
Hit me, hit me.
2, 3. Have another EP.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4. I only need a 2. Generate 2. Calls in as an armed hover begins floating into view. Little gun mounts on its underside. Really, it's a very risky thing to do with hostile aircraft like that, because that means if you have guns, that means you don't have shields on.
And we know the marshals have rocket launchers.
Goes to friendlies at this point.
Elite Marshal
Okay.
or House Guard? You want to go first, something or? Oh, sorry, Marshal actually.
Let me try something here. I want to kind of attack this guy, but my goal is not to necessarily injure him, but I want to try and knock the person he's carrying, free.
Okay, you can certainly do that. So instead of doing stress damage, you'll force him to drop the person he's
Right.
after. Yep.
That's what I'm after.
Totally can do that. Pose battle. Close in after him.
Okay. And I tell you what. Take 2 momentum and 4 threat for a full minute.
I'll spend a full mid back at you.
Figured. Don't think any of my focuses will apply here. Well, yeah, it could, technically. I think messing with him with a sword would probably be a way to make him go, oh, I've got to defend myself, and drop the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, buddy. Buddy.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you totally got me.
Generate 4, and I cause you 2 stress.
Okay.
as he starts swinging the body around and baffs you with the guy.
Oh well, I should have known that would happen. That's the way I've been rolling all day.
Keep or let it go to them.
Marshall, is there something you want to do? Or...
Given that my marshals are well armed, and that I previously spent for the rocket launcher, I would like to keep actually.
Keep costs 2. Hello, 2. Here we go.
I will ask my super marshals to take care of that hover.
Okay, opposed battle.
Okay. I'm gonna. I really want this to work, so I'm gonna buy up to a full mint.
Oh, I'll take these back then. Same thing.
9 AP.
Does my focus in tactics apply?
Certainly does.
Sweet.
Super sweet.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Oh wow, it's like the opposite of what you rolled earlier.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Well, at least
1,
of your
2,
comps
3,
is-
4, 5, 6.
Wow. Yeah.
And I already spent my determination, so I don't have determination to spend again.
So I actually gained 5 back because they basically get 1 free hit on top. One of your things get gobbled. You have one of my complications will kill one of yours. You have 2 complications on the board. Do you wish to spend those to go away, or you want to suffer some comps?
I'll spend to make them go away.
Okay.
Yeah, probably
Great.
best.
They
That was
fire
a
up at the
close.
armed hover, but it ducks and weaves. It returns fire. Their shield protects them from being damaged. However, there's this noise as all these zips of energy just start firing around them. Not lasers, because no,
Right.
You'd all be dead now.
Tracers.
And it starts chewing down a bunch of the trees, and it traps the super marshals inside of the various debris and trees and logs that they have to climb out of or be rescued from.
Sad.
Well, it was a good idea. Dice just aren't with us right now.
I mean, do we want to keep or?
Kept already, so the Ritter Marshal could go.
Yeah.
Goes to the bad guys now.
Keep again?
You can't, no.
No.
This guy is going to call on the armed hover to unleash holy hell at where the Ritter Marshal is. So opposed battle roll.
Okay.
Full mitt.
That's a lot of threat. I'll buy up to a full mint as well. 'Cause I don't want my character to die. Yep. I assume tactics applies?
Yep.
What? Where were you earlier?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is not enough. 6 technically because you're exhausted. So you generate 2 as they fire all around you, and you're heroically running for your life as mysteriously the shots seem to be firing where you were, not where you are. Almost like there's some plot armor on you. But narratively, you're just outthinking them and using the force to your advantage to evade them from just hitting you straight on, taking cover behind some trees and breaking line of sight as much as possible. Goes to you guys, House Guard.
I see that the elite marshals there are about to be flanked by these fellows. Think I could take a shot at them? with the
Certainly
pistols?
can.
Do that.
Opposed battle.
I'll take one of those momentum for an increased dice.
They'll match you.
Battle duty. And focus and pistols. Oh no.
1, 2, 3. One more than you.
And I got a comp.
Yep. You want to suffer the comp or give me 2 threat?
Can I suffer the comp and say my pistol's jammed or something like that?
Yeah, I'll say so. Your pistol jams up and would take an action to fix it. Unfortunately, as you're trying to fix it, they're shooting. They return fire, and you kind of have to duck behind cover a little bit to spend time trying to figure out what's wrong with your weapon.
Alright.
And I'll spend 2 threats to increase the stress that happened to you.
Sure.
It goes to him. I mean, he might as well just finish the job, right? So he's going to shoot at you. Opposed battle roll. You can't do damage back to him, but you can try to evade being shot.
Yes.
Full mitt.
That's another one. Write that down.
Yep, we're up to 11.
I'll take one more momentum. Focus and pistols apply here or nah? Gonna duck and cover.
I'll take it because you're evading a pistol. You know that it's not a las gun or a rocket launcher. You know how they have to shoot.
Got it.
1, 2, and 3 is not enough. So you generate 2 momentum as they actually waste a lot of time shooting at you, and you're just a lot better at finding cover than they are at shooting.
Man, eat my shorts.
Oh, there's still one guy left. This guy is gonna call on the armed hover to fire at this house guard. Stops shooting at wherever Moonchild hit and goes brrr and starts chopping down the trees around where the house guard is. Full mid again.
12.
Opposed battle. Pistol won't apply here.
Oh, he's firing at me again. Dang it.
This guy called the armed hover to unleash its Gatling gun where you are.
Alright, I'll take 2 momentum and one threat, 2 momentum. No, wait, math.
How many dice do you want?
2 additional.
2 additional, you'll need 3 total. How do you wish to buy those 3?
Combined. What can I do? Combined 1 momentum, 2 threat?
You like?
Yeah. That's okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 1 more than you. They will do a total of 3 because they're actually a higher quality. They're higher than quality 0.
Then the house guard gets knocked out.
As the trees bury the house guard. Goes to friendlies.
Okay, same thing again. I would try and, make him drop his burden.
Okay, pose battle.
Okay. I'm going to have to give you 2, 3. So 5 threat, 1 momentum for a full mitt.
I'll match your full mint.
13. That's better, buddy. It's better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, Jesus. Yeah, to 5. Yeah.
Generate 3. Take 2 more damage. And I'll spend 2 threat to do 1 additional.
Is this coming off of battle? Is
Yep.
that the... Okay. Not quite yet, but 1 more.
Oh. You wish to keep, or is it going to them? Oh no, you guys who attack first. Never mind. Yeah, it's keep. I'm right. You can keep and have the Ritter Marshal do something, or the bad guys go. It's epic battle in the woods of the Kaz.
I know. What do you think, Mill? Do you have some ideas? If we keep?
Got any hand grenades?
All that's gotta happen is one of these guys has to hit me once and my guy's down.
If I may suggest, try and maybe put down some covering fire, somehow with the personal transports or something, so maybe the elite marshals can at least try and get away, because I think we are numerically, outmatched.
You've been numerically outmatched this whole time. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Hush you.
That's true. You can't attack with the personnel transport. That it is an armed thing.
Oh, but not attack per se, but try and create an advantage for the elite marshals to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get the personnel transport to move into the same zone as the elite marshals to kind of help them evacuate.
I'll call that move or battle. One presumes you're going to use move. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
Did you mean the elite marshals or the superb marshals?
Well, you said you were like 1 down, right?
Well, I mean, it's not so much. I'm not so much worried about me, but this guy has our target.
Ah.
I mean, I'm just saying that my guy who's been kind of keeping this guy tied up at least is probably not long for this world.
Understood. Yeah. In that case, I'll move it over to the superb marshals to try to help them evacuate from under their debris and stuff.
Okay, so it'll still be moved. You have to move them over to where they are. So move difficulty 2.
There. Okay, and I will buy up to 1 extra die.
Okay.
With
Yep. Over.
Good. All right.
This guy's gonna try to jab you down.
Of course.
Buy 2 additional dice.
I will match you.
Boop, boop.
Not so hot.
1, 2, 3,
think you got
4.
me. Yeah.
It's 2. And that is enough to drop the elite marshal.
Yep.
As he gets stabbed and collapses to the ground. This guy is going to call in the armed hover to unload on where the Ritter Marshal is. Full mitt. Blocked escape's going to go away because the covering fire's gone. What was battle roll, Ritter Marshal?
Okay. Alright, I will buy up to a full bit.
Okay.
Tactics still applies?
Yep. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. 9 technically because you're tired.
Dang it.
Generate 3. And you have a comp. Do you wish to suffer a comp or give me 2 threats?
Take 2 threat.
Okay.
Damn.
So you take 3 stress as the Gatling machine gun rains on your position. You'll spend 2 threat to do 1 more. It's not enough to drop you, but they don't know that. Could have battle of 4. And this guy is going to ask for the same. They just drop you. They can land the armed hover, and the personnel transports can be scattered. You're the officer present. They're going to buy full mit.
I will buy back a full met.
Okay.
14.
RNG does not like me today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. 3 more, I think, does you.
3 more would put me at 7. My battle skill is 8.
Oh. I'll spend 1 more.
Damn.
Now I have to look at what happens when you defeat a player. This is the first time I've actually beat one of you in a fight.
No, I actually am down.
I don't know if you're dead, or you're just out. I think you're just out. I don't think you insta-gib in Dune. Oh, God.
Ooh.
I get it, you're mad, but jeez. R.I.P.
No,
earbuds.
it's roll 20 just glitched on me again.
Ah, I get you. Ink.
Corbinian advertising for Paramount.
Hmm? Oh, really? It advertised Paramount.
Paramount
during the
Plus,
ads?
yeah.
Yeah, we don't get to choose those. It chooses
I know.
for. That's funny. Hey, at least it's relevant.
Paramount. Good God.
And then now you're doing Norwegian cruise lines with wealthy white people.
conflict scope. That's action.
I'm actually surprised that support lasted as long as he did.
Once that task requirement has been reached, the foe is defeated.
Covering from defeat.
All right. A defeated character can no longer take part in the scene, at least until they've had a chance to recover. So I am, is at this point you can, I'm going to spend 2 to have a lasting impact on you. Because it makes sense, because they did basically unload a Gatling gun on you. you can either have the character perish or they will be grievously injured when they come back. They'll have a new trait that reflects that they basically got horribly injured and were rescued by probably Solva will probably go out there and rescue you from the forest after the hover flies away. That's up to you, Melmoon.
I am pondering.
I'll give you more time to ponder on that.
Yeah.
We'll swap over. As a new scene starts, you lose momentum.
We had
Back on the planet Kaitan, in the Sapphire Spire, where Silvanus, Johanna Rashid, and Kareem Kabata are in each other's company once more. Both successful in your meetings, as I recall. There's blackmail and full support, reaching out to the envoy Cassian and the commander Novarix and so forth.
I wasn't successful with the Atreides, but that was to be expected.
Yeah.
Right. What is the plan?
Okay, so we know Chom is kind of going against us. You were first trying to gain the Atreides support in the Chom board is basically it, right? I'm sorry, I'm having to recall things. Yeah, okay. That's what you were talking to the Atreides about.
Yeah, and I got told that okay, that's fine, but we need more proof. Get the steward of Silvanus on your side, and then we'll talk, right?
Right.
Yeah, because they were worried about involving themselves in someone else's internal conflict. As far as they were concerned, it sounded like an internal problem.
Right.
Okay, so but what's our next step on on Kaitan?
Well, one thing on my list is to create a political spy here. So that we can keep kind of a better eye on what's happening on Kaitan as things go along. How would I go about doing that, Giab? Is it a role, or I've got the asset slot?
I would treat it as a role of. Why am I looking there? Cheat sheet. There we go. I would say understand difficulty of 2. Well, do you want just a generic spy? No, difficulty 2. You're just finding somebody. You said what you said, so yeah, no, it's difficulty 2. Understand, to try to figure out who here is willing to curry favor with a minor house like yours, because even though they're on Kaitan, having friends, having the friendship of a house is useful.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna go truth.
Yep.
Difficulty 2. I'm gonna give you 3 for 4. Don't suppose deductive reasoning would come in.
I'd take it, yeah.
Oh, groovy. Spy as a trait?
Yeah. Difficulty 1.
Okay. That's 6. So gain 5 theoretically. So what is it to make it sticky, and what is it to like? Isn't there a way when you're doing it as a roll you can increase its quality?
One moment. Creating an asset, spend 2 points of momentum to increase quality to 1, representing obtaining a better than average asset. You'd spend 2
Okay.
momentum to increase its quality.
Okay, let's do that. And then I think you can spend momentum to make it sticky, can't you? Tricky.
It's another 2, or you spend character advancement to hang on to it.
Since I have it, I'm going to go ahead and spin the other 2 so I can. So yeah, it's Kaitan is how you spell Kaitan.
Yeah.
Okay. Only 1, and books traits. Books keywords are elusive, knowledgeable, and tricky.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. That was one thing I wanted to do while we were here. Okay, so it sounds like we're gonna need to have to get the other houses on the Silvanus system backing us before we can get wider support. But since I have an end with the Fraioli envoy, I think Joanna is going to meet with her again and try to get her to get Fraioli on side as far as backing us on in the Chome situation. And maybe Kareem can come with since he'll have kind of the numbers.
Yeah, I could. Absolutely, if you need me.
So you're going to call her up to meet you at the spire?
Or I'll go to her, either way.
There is a difference
actually,
security-wise. That's why I'm asking.
Actually, let's have her come to me since she made such an ass out of herself when we were meeting with the representative of Elacca. So that way, that kind of maybe gives me a little bit of an advantage because she knows that she got high and was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, she comes into your as you're waiting for her to show up. You as spy master get a communique that the martial asset has been grievously injured. Mission fail.
Oof. Well, there went that
Condition
advantage.
of the Ritter Marshal is currently unknown.
Okay. All right. Well, that means I need to talk to her anyway. But first, I will send an information, a secure communique, transmitting that information to the Fallsgrafen.
And that is when the envoy, Lady Val, chimed your door.
All right. Ah, Lady Val, thank you so much for coming.
Quite glad to be here. I'm glad our meeting with the envoy Cassian went better than I thought. Thoroughly surprised by how much he was going to depend on his incenses to defend himself.
Indeed. Which tells me much about the current mores of House Elacca. Unfortunately, I have... did that communique about the Marshal include any information that these guys look like chome thugs, or...
At present, they don't know. This is... Solva basically dragged back a bunch of people inside of a personnel carrier, so he doesn't know he doesn't know what's gone on yet. He just knows he found a bunch of injured marshals out in the woods.
Okay.
Wait, no, he saw them, didn't he? Moonshadow. Now I think about it, because he led you there, and he's like, "Oh, I'm backing off. I don't want to deal with this."
Yeah, I sent him away because I didn't want him to get involved since he was just an intelligence asset as opposed to combatant.
Yeah, no. According to the witness, Ranger Solva, or local guide Solva, who he suggests that Chome security was present.
Well, and tea, Lady Val?
Of course.
Nah, no, pour her some
Why
of the...
don't I go ahead and make that for you?
Certainly. Oh, and use my special blend there, which is just the Royal Blue Mountain.
Of course, Reverend Mother.
Actually, I'm going to BRB. I'll be right back. I have to step away for a second.
Okay.
Be right back, folks.
All right.
I have returned.
If you were exfilled by the Allied Ranger, you're not needing like big time rescue, are you?
I probably am needing big time rescue because, according to the GM, at least, I'm grievously wounded. So
No,
I
I'm
need
talking about like,
emergency care.
but your situation on Elacca is, I mean, they know you're there. They knew why you were there. They gave us the information. So, I mean, while they're not probably upset that we were thwarted in getting the Fallscroft back, you're not going to suddenly be surrounded by a bunch of Elacca troops or anything, right? So we don't need to like mount a military rescue kind of thing.
I think we were trying to keep it quiet while I was there, because we didn't want it to get out that the Fallscroft might be there. And also because we weren't sure if Elacca would be, what's the word? We weren't sure if Elacca was in on it, was part of it.
Mm. But that was before we got the information from Elacca, because Kareem and I managed to put him in a box politically. So
Yeah.
I guess GM are they in a situation where they're going to need like us to go in mob-handed and pull them out? Or are they going to be able to exfil themselves without a whole big to-do? Or do we know?
With Silva's help, well, you got a report from Silva, so he must have.
Right.
He got back to one of the settlements on Akaz, and because there's a personnel transport, he was able to get everyone out. But he doesn't know how badly hurt everyone is. He just grabbed bodies and left. And there's right now House Akaz is trying to figure out what happened through him. But yeah, if you want, whether or not she's alive or any of the other marshals are alive is still on the table. They're being treated by the house physician. So
okay.
But as for getting them out, they can leave because they're in Kaz controls most of the planet anyway. So
but I mean, they're not. It's not going to be a struggle for them to leave the planet, as far as we know.
No, shouldn't be.
Okay. We were just trying to figure out if we needed to move quick to, send somebody to yoink them off planet, or if they were going to be able to.
If the personnel transport had been destroyed or damaged during the fight, that would have been. Then you would, Sova would be like, yeah, I was able to get your marshal ritter back, or actually not even. It'd be like, I can't, because they were able to fight off. The personnel transport would be enough to fight off people trying to attack it.
Right.
And then it's like, well, crap. And then Sova goes in to help them and guide them back to a settlement.
Okay. So, but we're not worried about like that group of Balaza folk being trapped on the planet.
No. Because you're because House Akaz controls the planet. They can easily leave.
Sir.
Assuming Moritani doesn't attack them midair, but that was kind of the problem getting there in the first place.
Right.
So.
Okay. So we're good. Okay. So anyway, back to Lady Val. Unfortunately, Lady Val, while we were able to ascertain the location of the Fallsgraf, it appears that another faction got there before us and was able to overwhelm our forces. In fact, our marshal is reportedly grievously injured in the fight. It appears that Chom sent some mercenaries to grab the Fallsgraf before we could.
That's strange. I would require a significant amount of money to mobilize security forces.
Yes. It appears that Chom has taken offense to our good treasurer's revelations of, well, there's no other way to put it, corruption on certain elements of Chom operations. It is actually the reason I asked you to meet with me again. I just learned of the action on Ikaz while waiting your arrival. And this appears to be Chom's first move against us. And I'd asked you here to try and see if perhaps House Fraioli would lend us support if and as necessary on the Chom board.
To what end?
Well, if they are willing to move militarily to frustrate our aims, I can only assume that they will soon move financially, or at least through the board, to repay us for our investigations and further try and block us. I'm not going to be surprised if the capture of the Fallsgraf is used as some sort of leverage to try and get us to suppress or cease activities to reveal the corruption. So we seek now allies politically on the board of Chome. And since this is also an attack on Frioli, unless, of course, they wind up delivering the Fallsgraf back into your hands, which would be an interesting development, but thus far no indication of that.
I can bring this to my lord and communicate your request, but I can tell you that Raiolis will be very cautious, simply because right now we have until recently we believed that he was in your care and with Beleza. Now we're being told he's not. He's actually somewhere else, but he's not there. And he's in the hands of Chome security, although I don't know where they bother storing him. In some, we don't know where the Fallsgrafen is, if he's alive, or whether, and even then, we don't know who in Chome is supporting this. We don't know who we're attacking. If this is a stratagem from a great house, or the greatest of houses, then Frioli may decide to cut its loss, rather than enter into a larger scale involvement.
Fair enough, and we will, of course, be seeking support closer to home. But it was my duty, of course, to inform you of these events, and also, since our houses are tied together by traditional bonds of matrimony, I looked, of course, we look to Frioli for support, as Frioli can look to Beleza for such things. So,
well,
if
my
you could...
My understanding was that our bonds of alliance were paid for. We've yet since then, in the midst of all this war of assassinry, to formalize anything further than that. The way of the Imperium is, and the houses of Lansrad are a mixture of careful moves. I agree with you. I personally think it'd be something that Frioli should do. I do think that we should do something. But I know that Frioli has lasted for as long as it has by making its moves carefully and measuring consideration. Especially with the current lord.
All of this is understood. However, House Beleza is very much on the rise, and while we have, as any house on the rise gains enemies, the potential advantages of allying with us should not be overlooked in any consideration.
Assuming you win.
Well, of course we'll win. You have not had the opportunity to meet our liege, but I assure you, she and her architects are quite capable, and indeed have already achieved more than House Beleza has in generations. But again, I'm just mentioning in passing that as of now, it would be perhaps just as erroneous for Fraioli to pick the other side as it would be to pick ours. Just something to consider. No threats, no. But do not underestimate us. Chome would not be willing to act quite so openly against us had we not been able to prick them somewhat seriously.
Does the tale of Icarus come to mind, Reverend Mother?
Well, perhaps always, but remember that Daedalus managed to make it to freedom. We fly high, but we are careful not to approach too close to any star.
Hmm.
And Beleza has millennia of experience in forging wings.
Hmm. I will carry your words to my lord, but I cannot,
Very well.
at this time, guarantee anything.
Very well. And I have a habit, whether for good or ill, of being something of a frequent letter writer. I hope that I might write to you and that we might stay in touch.
Always, Reverend Mother.
And should you need anything, feel free to call. And if it's in my power, I shall be delighted to assist you in any way. And then we'll kind of, do the civilities and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Leaving the two
All
of
right,
you to your
Kareem.
own suite again.
Reverend Mother, your words sound like poison dripped with honey. Has anyone ever told you this?
I am a Bene Gesserit, Kareem.
I
But-
don't trust her as far as I could throw her, and frankly, I could not throw her very far. I
Well,
do
now-
not think that she will convey the whole truth to her lord.
Well, each house looks to their own advantage. She has the information she needs. But now we see that both houses, major and minor, are having the same types of considerations. So when we return, we should, of course, look for the alliance of our system mates. But I think since you have begun these revelations of corruption, I think perhaps it would serve us well if in your further investigations to reveal the depth of Chone's perfidy, you could try and see if you could turn up any information of their cheating or otherwise dealing more than sharply with some of the houses we need to attract, Atreides and Harkonnen, Malvolus and Ikaz, Fraioli and whoever else. Coming to these houses with this extra information weights things towards us, and not to mention gives us some pull to have that information that, if released publicly, would also put Chome in some bad situations. So I guess what I'm suggesting, subsequent to our ladies' rulings on any matters, of course, let us, if we are going to expose Chome, then let us expose Chome's crimes and corruptions in ways that benefit House Beleza in the doing. So take them, good Kareem. Fulfill your ambition of blowing Chome wide open, and with it, let us use the gases from that explosion to lift Beleza into the stratosphere.
I'm gonna ask for an understand roll difficulty 2. There's something about Chome I think I should point out, but it's not for. I wouldn't say it for free.
From who? From me or
Either of you. One could lead, one can follow.
I'll let you lead since you're the Chome.
Can I give you this?
You certainly can, yeah.
Can I just auto succeed?
Oh, okay.
You still
don't
roll,
need
though.
an assist.
But you could roll
Understand.
complications.
Sure. understand justice with a focus in Chome bureaucracy.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, I did roll that comp. I'll quash that.
Well, remember, one of the d20s in your pool is considered a 1, so that would be the first one. So I'll actually ignore that. I was going to ignore the first die anyway. Because you only would be
Alright.
rolling one die, because one of your dice is turned into a 1 automatically because of that discipline.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. 4, 5 overall.
5. So 5 on a 2, you generate 3. One thing to point out to you is that Chome is a bureaucracy, but it's a bureaucracy whose executive committee, if you will, the various vice presidents and directors are noble houses.
Oh yes.
The Imperium is Chome. Chome is the Imperium. So
Right, okay.
someone is, like, you guys are part of Chome. Well,
Right.
rather, Erica the Third is part of Chome.
Perhaps this is a good moment to clarify the ambition. The ambition is not to replace Chome as a whole entity. The ambition is to cut out the cancer that is currently ruining what is supposed to be good business practice. Right? Because we can't take down the only thing because there's
Right.
no other competition. Clearly.
Right.
But we can cut out the tumor.
I just wanted to help crystallize what you're aiming for, because you wouldn't be able to take down Chome. Take down. You okay there, Mill? Your mic's scraping like crazy.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I'm fully aware that we cannot establish
Right.
socialist utopia in the Imperium. Nobody would have it.
Well, not
Yeah,
without being on the lion throne and controlling the land strat.
Exactly.
Then you could, but that's a different
We are
ambition.
nowhere near that. But
Yeah.
there is a clear, tumor inside Chome, and we have
Right.
to slice it out.
Right. And I'm just saying that, let's do it in a way that's advantageous to us, meaning, if in your digging and our digging we find stuff that might go, oh look, somebody in Chome's been cheating you and we're trying to get this together, so why don't you help us, on with the votes and everything.
That's what the Atreides said they'll do if we
Yeah.
can get local support.
Right, but what I'm saying, beyond just getting the way to get more people on side is to reveal more of this corruption and be able to go to them and go, look, this is what's happening, and it's affecting your business specifically. So, we're trying to stop this. Come and back us in Chome. So yeah, like that. It's just like leverage rather than blackmail, or it's evidence. Like, look, this is happening. It's affecting you. Come and help us, and we can put a stop to this, and we can all make the money we should be making.
So the query becomes, what is your target? Where are you starting from?
From our own homestead first.
Yep.
Obviously.
Sounds good.
We look to ourselves first, and then look outwards from ourselves.
So you're gonna begin traveling back to Salutaris?
Yes, but let me just finish the conversation.
Very good.
Wise words, as always, Reverend Mother. One simple thing I'd like to point out. You say that perhaps we should find evidence of Chome's crimes against others. I purport another theory. Chome's crimes against others are hidden as a public secret. Everybody knows about them, but everybody decides to turn the other cheek. Atreides possibly get plundered for millions of Salari on a yearly basis. Perhaps it is but a drop in the ocean of the sheer amount of money that the House of Atreides is making off the spice trade on the planet of DUNE.
They're not there yet, I don't think.
They're not there. Dang it. Rewind. It is simply a drop in the ocean that the House of Atreides is making on their planets, whether it be their industry or anything else.
Their rice.
House Harkonnen, perhaps, is also getting cheated. Monthly, perhaps. It's all obvious, but everybody chooses to ignore it. The level of corruption perhaps is so high, we simply pretend it does not exist anymore. So how do you expose something which does not want to be exposed?
Well, if in our investigations we discover that perhaps Atreides and Harkonnen and the like don't wish things to be exposed, then we start tracing down information for minor houses who are not so easily able to absorb and ignore losses. It is ultimately a board, and granted, there is an executive board, but the thing about boards, as I understand it anyway, and I do not have anywhere near your facility and understanding of business and corporate politics and operations, if enough even small shareholders band together to vote, then the executive boards almost have to listen, and every house sits on the board of CHOAM. So if the great houses are willing to ignore or can absorb these losses, there will be minor houses who cannot. So I do still think there is an opportunity, should your investigations reveal evidence that could be used in this way, to gain us some support on the board and in politics in the wider spectrum.
The way I see it, Reverend Mother, is perhaps even the great houses cannot ignore something being constantly shoved in their face. They may ignore the occasional, couple of million Solari missing because, like I said, it is a drop in the ocean. But you keep mentioning it to them, eventually they cannot turn a blind eye anymore. At some point, a reaction will have to be caused from the very top, because only from the very top can we begin to cleanse the bottom. And I fear, Reverend Mother, if very top is indeed what we are searching for, then we are in very, very deep trouble.
Well, be that as it may, we must continue in our investigations, and after this interference in recovering the Fallsgraf, I believe that the Fallsgrafen will throw the support of her weight behind you and your investigations, and you can rest assured that I will throw mine behind. So if I can assist in your further investigations and exposés, you have but to call upon me, and my resources will be yours.
I may have need of your professional opinion right now, if you are willing to share a Solari or two about them. Our Marshal, praying that she is very much alive, of course, was caught on the planet Akaz by supposed CHOAM security forces, is that right?
Or forces who appeared to be hired by CHOAM, at least. I don't know. It would surprise me if they were actual CHOAM security and not mercenaries in their hire, but...
How well versed in legalese are you, Reverend Mother? Because to me, this seems like a grand violation of the planet Akaz's sovereignty if CHOAM could simply move their troops or their hired troops onto the planet Akaz without perhaps even informing the local lord.
A point. We shall have to investigate to see how much of this we can prove.
Of course, I imagine the site of the battle itself might reveal some clues, but other than that, perhaps we may be able to track the forces that the Marshal got wounded by. In any case, from a legal standpoint, this whole business stinks. I don't believe the House of Ekaz would simply allow a private military company to roam around and perform military actions on their land.
Well, from what I've learned, Ekaz's position politically and financially is not at all what it was, and when it comes to money, CHOAM has it. So it might have been to their advantage to look the other way.
If my suspicions are correct, this was all done under the table, so to speak. If we manage to prove this to the Landsraad, or at least present this to the Landsraad, it would be seen as a great violation of sovereignty. something which I believe our dear Emperor, peace be upon him, cares about very much. Would you agree?
Agreed.
Good. Then, in that case, I believe that aside from investigating our own backyard, so to speak, it might be a decent place to start as well. Would you allow me, Reverend Mother, to ruminate on this for a second while you enjoy this tea?
Of course, and I shall arrange for our transport home by way of Ikaz. We can pick up our marshal there.
Yes, just give me a moment. I must consume the juice of Sappho and focus my thoughts for a second.
Of course.
I want to do this.
Understand test difficulty 4. Yeah, understand difficulty 4.
Can I understand the truth?
You can, yeah.
Can I... How many dice can I buy with 4 momentum?
With 4, nothing, but with 3, 2 dice.
I'll take 3 then. Focus and show bureaucracy or data analysis, or not here?
Depends on what you're trying to look into the future of.
Yeah, I guess it's well, I'd like to tell you if and when I succeed, of course.
Then I'll say no focus
No
because
focus.
you're giving me a.
That's fine.
Oh.
I make it, and I generate 1 momentum.
There you go.
Alright. First things first. Something that is likely to occur in the future. This claim that I'm on, or this path that I'm on, of violating Planet Ikaz's sovereignty by moving private military troops. Will something come out from this investigation of ours, should we choose to pursue it?
No.
Spend the momentum. 2 points momentum for an additional question.
Yep.
Gosh, dang it. Shit, I need Ensley here. Let's take this to a meta level. Anything you guys would perhaps like me to ask?
The obvious question
Oh, go ahead.
to me seems to be, why would it come to nothing?
I don't think that falls under the
Then you can ask about what is likely to occur in the future, or not to occur in the
Okay,
future.
never mind.
Okay. Will an investigation into our own backyard, so to speak, against Chome prove a valuable effort?
Define backyard.
Focusing on our house and those houses around us.
In Silvanus.
So your system, basically.
Yeah, our system.
Yes.
Good. I'll snap out of the trance. Okay. Reverend
And while
Mother,
he's doing that... Oh, sorry.
I have ruminated on the facts. Perhaps investigating the planet of Ikaz seems to be a fruitless effort. Perhaps Ikaz was in fact paid off. Proving it to the Landsrat would be immensely difficult. But ruminating on the fact that we should look into our own system, I believe we can find several transgressions which would make some of the executives in the board of directors turn their noses at the very least, and give some acknowledgement to our accomplishments.
Excellent.
The juice of Sappho commands many things, as it does my mind. Have you had any luck with organizing a transport?
I have a wealth asset, so I don't expect that to be a problem.
No.
But while he was ruminating on that, Joanna wanted to do some rumination of her own, if I could have.
You could have, yeah. It takes a few minutes for him to do that.
Yeah, while sipping on my tea. So I figured out last time that the bioweapon was the equivalent of the Gom Jabbar. It was the threat of death for Silvanus in a test of humanity. So the other part of a test of humanity, of course, is, because the whole bit is the Gom Jabbar will kill you if you flinch. So you must not move away from the pain, because an animal, no matter what, would flinch and die. But a human can force themselves to withstand the pain for long enough, right?
That's the idea. That's the theory, yeah. That's the theory
Yeah.
that's built on, yeah.
So what I need to figure out is what my box is for a creature like Silvanus.
What ability is this, by the way? Could you throw it up just so I can...
Ability?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just working this out.
Understand. Sorry, I was thinking it was like calculate prediction or something like that. It was something similar.
Okay. Now, since I will need to know the nature of the thing I'm trying to determine whether or not it's human, would other memory come in from the Reverend Mothers of Silvanus?
Given the context of what you're doing, no, because you're in undiscovered country.
Right. My pitch, however, is that my forebears would have had dealings with and experience of this entity, so they might know something that could point the way.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because there would have been multiple interactions. Yeah. I will call this difficulty of 5.
Okay. Understand truth?
Yeah.
For I will discover the truth. And in fact, I will spend my determination on my truth statement. I will discover the truth.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to have 3 free hits with other memory, or 3 automatic hits. So I've got 5 as is with the determination spend. So I think I'm just going to roll flat.
Yeah. Just reduce your chance of comps.
Yeah. And focus in deductive reasoning, because I am stitching all this knowledge together.
Yeah, deduction, yeah.
Okay.
Right,
7.
2. Yeah. So ask the question again. I'm just making sure I have it framed in my head right.
What's the box for this entity? I have the Gom Jabbar. What's the box? What is the thing that can be done to cause this entity the kind of pain necessary to test its humanity in that same Bene Gesserit framework?
Silvanus. The planet itself.
Is the pain?
Because all of Silvanus is of its greatest import. That is the box.
Do you have to hurt the planet to hurt the entity?
Yeah.
So okay, what?
Yeah. You see why I was asking? I was like,
I really like the fact how, my answers as a Mentat are very clear cut and forward. Whereas yours are more like,
Right.
theoretical.
Okay. The Gom Jabbar is the threat of death, which is, I've got that. But Silvanus is the box. So in order to test the humanity, I have to do something terrible to the planet in order to cause the critter pain?
yes.
Well, that's inconvenient.
Indeed, it is.
Well, I mean, because like the usual test is, you put your hand in the box and it's burning, it's whatever, but then you pull it out and you're fine because it's basically just plugging into your nerve endings. So
Wait,
I
you're
was
talking
hoping,
about a different scale of creature, though.
I know, but I was trying to figure out. I was hoping for something equivalent. You know, you could plug into something and do it. But okay, that's okay for now. That gives me at least a route to horrifically explore. Woof. Okay. So yes, when you come out of your trance, you see Joanna looking slightly uh, frowning and seeming very concerned.
Is everything alright, Reverend Mother?
Hmm?
Is
Oh,
everything alright?
yes, I believe so. Just a lot on my mind.
Not many things in this universe that can leave a Reverend Mother with such a furrowed brow. Are you sure?
Well, yes, for the moment. But believe me, friend Kareem, I will not hesitate to call on you should I need you.
While perhaps we may be different, I believe we share a common purpose. I know that perhaps we differ in some things. You are more on the philosophical side, whereas I am made of cold hard facts. But together, I believe we can achieve something. Do not be afraid to call me, should you require assistance.
And the same goes to you, friend Kareem.
The juice of
Now,
Sappho perhaps is also shareable, should you wish, of course.
the what?
The juice of
The juice
Sappho.
of Sappho.
Ah, so thank you, but believe me, the Bene Gesserit have quite enough potents, unguents, and potions to keep my practice of prana bindu in full condition. Now,
I have no doubts about it, Reverend Mother, of course.
now, let us see to our transport. And yeah, I will use my wealth asset this session to arrange for a highliner and to pick up.
Can you believe, Reverend Mother, that I have started to miss Silvanus?
Of course you have. Silvanus is home, and it is beautiful.
For the time being, it is home. Yes, I suppose.
Oh,
All right.
you forget, it is literally my home. I was born there.
Oh, well, I never did find Kaitan to be very impressive.
As you're getting ready to board,
Ah.
Ow, 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 ow.
I apologize.
Apology accepted. Go on.
the two of you are met at the boarding area. There's usually guards coming and going anyway, and keeping people, riffraff from just jumping on board, trying to escape their lot in life. And a guild agent approaches the two of you and bars your way for a moment. Pardon me, you are the Silvanus, the Reverend Mother Silvanus Johanna Rashid, and the Treasurer Kareem Kabata?
Of the Mentat Order, yes.
Indeed.
Would you mind stepping over here with me for a moment?
Is something the matter, sir?
We need to go over customs.
Of course.
And you two are led into a nicely appointed office. You see some people being pulled aside like you as well. You see some people aren't pulled aside, but they're next to like a large pallet that they're being led to. It's like, okay, explain this.
Right.
What are you shipping? I am Guild Agent Senless. Here's my card. He hands each of you a copy of his personal card, identifying who he is and that he works for the guild agency, for the Spacing Guild.
Mm-hmm.
A pleasure, Agent.
Hey, the pleasure is certainly mine, I'm sure. So we reviewed your purchase order for transportation on one of our highliners. And it currently, we have been alerted that the wealth that you are using to purchase it is currently under audit. So what we're going to do, because you are valuable customers of ours, and your house Beleza has been very beneficial to the guild, we will still give you transportation, because there's no need for you to wait for the next highliner, because by the time the audit's done, you will still be stuck here on Kaitan waiting for the next highliner to go where you want to go. And that's not really... If it turns out to nothing, then we're wasting your time, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to... If you want, I can't force you on there. You can either wait for the next highliner, wait for the audit to go through, and I'm sure it'll be cleared up. Or you can come on the highliner. You will not be allowed to leave the highliner until the audit is completed. And presumably, once the audit is completed... it'll be complete by the time we get to the Silvanus system, and we can just let you off there. If we do have extra, if the audit comes against you, then we'll arrange for further activities on the highliner rather than anywhere else. Like, we don't have a particular need to transport you anywhere, if that's the case. But
may I perhaps have an insight into the how do you call it? Hang on, out of character, trying to think of how you call it. A warrant for this audit?
Yeah, or the... Yeah, and whom is auditing us? I would assume Chome.
Well, we have been given confidential information that the wealth is suspect, so due to the information, we have to investigate it. Because it's going through the bank, so we have to figure out precisely where the wealth came from, if it came from illicit means. I'm sure it's nothing, but we are obligated to look into it.
Guild agent, perhaps I could somehow speed the process up. I'm treasurer of House Palesa. I have access to the records. Would you allow me to help?
I think you might have some bias for someone who works for the same house as you.
I am a mentat of the Order of Mentats, sir.
An employee of
bias.
House Beleza.
I understand your apprehension, but I assure you, mentats have a strict code of honor and sense of duty towards what we are designed to do. I was designed to do finances.
Might we see the information that you were given? Not, of course, since it's confidential, the identity of whoever or whatever institution gave you this information, but exactly what we have been accused of.
Give me... Honey, give me...
I tried!
Give me communicate. Difficulty... Probably 2. I'll double check. Difficulty 3.
Can I assist?
Certainly can.
With communicate truth?
Yeah, I was
certainly
going to
can.
pitch truth.
Yep.
Okay. Neurolinguistics for a focus. Since I'm trying to get him to do a thing.
Yeah.
For me, persuasion is a focus?
Yep.
I'll give you a die for a momentum, sorry, for 3 dice.
Roger.
Not that I needed it with Kareem's roll, but...
Spicy roll.
We're 5, so 2 generated. If you'll just wait here a moment, I'll get one of my runners to get me a copy.
Thank you, Agent.
And he gets up and opens the door. He talks to some assistant of his and tells him to hurry up, and guy takes off. He smiles and kind of waits at the door. A few minutes go by. Oh.
I'll give you a momentum for hyper awareness. Is this agent hiding anything? I mean,
So many things, probably.
I'm not asking like sort of specifics, but is he hiding something about this situation?
Yes?
You sound very sure. Okay, so and this flies in with imbiber of the royal blue, so I get 4 questions off of that momentum spend.
Yep.
So I have 3 more. Does he seem nervous about this beyond what an agent normally would be when approaching a noble?
No.
Okay.
Does he seem sure of what he's doing? Does he believe it to be right?
Let's see. Hyper awareness says the limits of what others would be able to notice do not apply to you for any questions. Got 2 questions left. He is holding something back about this situation. He doesn't seem any more nervous than somebody would be in his position.
Yeah, does he have conviction behind his words?
Like, are you asking if he believes that there might be something to this?
Yeah, but I'm suggesting for you to ask maybe like, does he actually have any conviction behind these words, or is he like, I know that this is bullshit, but I need to do it because it's my job?
Yeah. Does he seem to believe that there's something to this, or is he just doing what he's supposed to do because it's his job?
He seems to be acting respectfully towards you, and even to Kareem, who not a noble, but still he's acting very respectful.
He's an architect of a house, right?
Yeah. Well, even just being in the employ of House Belezo is enough. It's
Right.
like he's from a respectable house, so it's like, okay, well, it's happened. We're doing it. Does he think you could have done it? You could have. Does he really believe that? He doesn't.
Okay.
He's not sold 100% on it, but then again, respectable houses do shady stuff sometimes. So it's not abhorrent to him that this accusation happened, but
right.
It's also not like you're not made of pure snow, you know.
It's not beyond the pale. Okay, last question. Does he know who sent the information? Who sent the accusation or whatever it is?
He does.
Excellent. So while he's waiting in the doorway, I'll say, I mean, I could voice this poor bastard.
That would surely end up well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Just wait for him to return with the information.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good
Then
call.
we'll see from there.
Thank you. No, just wait outside the door. I might need you. Because I pay you to. He shrugs at him like, what the hell? Closes the door. She walks over, puts down a folder, and pushes it over to you. Here you go.
Can I take a look at it?
Go ahead.
I'll skim through it.
Understand difficulty of 2.
Understand truth?
Yeah.
Show him bureaucracy?
No.
Data analysis?
Data analysis, yeah.
Mm,
Can I assist?
Certainly could.
1 threat, 2 momentum?
1 threat, 2 momentum.
Doing good assist rolls today. Whoa!
Where were these
Good
rolls
lord.
earlier today?
Right?
Good lord, look at that.
5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on a 2, so generate 6.
Good lord, look at that.
It would seem that according to this information, Johanna's account seems to be having skimmed illegally from the various trades that House Beleza conducts itself in. Like, there's the money that you're supposed to be paid. Like, there's a certain way. There's your pay, but then there seems to be suspicions that the money you're getting is above and beyond what your wealth would make sense. And the only place you could have gotten that, as far as they can tell, because they don't see other influxes of income from other houses or other accounts, is that's being supplemented from basically how, as far as they can tell, House Beleza is overpaying you. And because House Bleza's account says we're paying her this much, and then your account's saying you have this much. It's like, that doesn't make sense. That's
Okay, but I did the numbers on her paycheck. I should know, right? This
should know,
is hogwash.
Oh yeah, you're the treasurer. You know that that's not correct. You know how much you paid her. Then again, if she somehow did something under your nose, then that's why there would be this discrepancy. Your books may say one thing, but the guild bank's books would say a different thing.
Guild agent, would you please allow me just a quick moment with the Reverend Mother, so we may discuss?
Certainly. You want me to grab you? Well, I'll grab you something to drink.
Would you mind a tea, please, for
Sure.
myself and the Reverend Mother? Thank you very much.
And Guild Agent Senless steps out. You hear the door lock, but you do see there's a little window there. There's someone
Right.
there that it's more, from that this is more to keep someone from just walking in here while you're using the room. It's like, if you knock on the door, say, "Let me out." It's like, "Oh, okay." What?
Right.
We're not the police. We're the bank.
This
Well, they're
here
the guild.
says, I'll slide the paper over to the Reverend Mother, that you've been earning more than we're paying you. I know what we're paying you since I did the books on your paycheck myself. Have you been getting any other sources of income that I may have known about? May not have known about? Otherwise, I will consider this, and I'll throw the paper, hogwash.
No, of course not. I have my tea, but that's about it. I don't actually own terribly much, or have much use for funding except for my house-related activities. But no, I can assure you that I have not received any funding.
Kareem
Now.
Kabata. I'm going to try to push or compel at you through your statement, "The numbers don't lie." The numbers say she's skimming.
This simply cannot be the truth, Reverend Mother. Where is the extra money coming from?
I'll point out from the compel. Sorry, you can't, if you take the compel and believe the numbers, because the numbers can't possibly lie. Then you do get a determination point. If you fight that, then you wipe the statement, and you'll have to refill it.
Jeez Louise.
Yep.
That's a toughie.
As far no, I have not been taking funds that aren't improperly. It's always, I suppose, possible that someone has hacked our systems, but I certainly have nothing to do with it. As far as I know, your numbers are accurate, and these, not so much.
Thinking. During my knowing of the Reverend Mother,
Crack.
I mean, she is a spy master. Good God,
Rude.
you lie at every given moment. If there's one pure...
Not really. I have people to lie for me.
I
I'm the spy
understand that.
master.
I understand that, but if there is one pure, simple thing about,
Well, don't forget that you
the
can trust the Bene
statistics.
Gesserit.
if there's one pure thing about numbers and statistics, is that you can doctor them to make them say what you want them to say,
No, yeah.
but they never lie. But this is where the other
That's
part
convoluted.
comes in. They can doctor the data. And here's where Kareem would say, fuck. Well, that's shit. I guess the numbers sometimes lie.
You break
Because not everyone is as convictful as I am about this. I break the conviction.
Cool.
The statement.
That statement disappears. You'll need to spend a scene somewhere down the line to figure out what your new truth is.
Which is a fun scene, I can say. I think I'm the only other one who's done that.
I'll take the papers and I'll throw them over to the other side where the guild agent was sitting, and I'll just nod over to you and say, I believe you. I hope you speak with the same conviction to the guild agent as you did with me.
Mm.
And I hope, for our sake, that what you speak is the truth.
It is.
Good. Then carry that conviction over so the guild may believe us as well. I will show him the records. If the records do not prove at least that there is perhaps evidence of foul play, then we are due for an audit. I don't believe the audit will find anything out of the ordinary, but still prepare yourself for the consequences. I will stand by you, and I believe the house will stand by you as well. But how does the Bene Gesserit saying goes? You should not fear fear itself, right?
This is just another attempt by our enemies to delay and attack us. I have no doubt that the truth will out. It always does.
I realize we have powerful
Eventually.
enemies who will use everything they can to force every minor disadvantage against us. Let us just hope that somewhere down the line we can perhaps do as much damage to them as they did to us.
Oh,
Now,
I intend to.
If I'm not mistaken, that is the guild agent with our tea. Oh yes, do come in, guild agent. Ah yes, lovely tea.
Yeah, eventually, when you wait long enough, eventually he does come back. He sets down a pot and a couple of cups, and as is customary, he pours from the same pot for all three of you, and he drinks from his cup first.
So I'm going to engage him in conversation. I want to try and get him to tell me who the informant is. Just through pleasant conversation around tea, and I'm sure this will work itself out. I have no doubt that the guild's forensic accountants will find that this is utter rubbish, blah blah blah, and just kind of work him around to try to drop that name.
Communicate 5. He is not supposed to tell you this. He can get fired.
That is fair.
You want to try that, or I mean, we have an opportunity for a full mit, and perhaps I can assist you.
No, yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it. Communicate truth. I will discover the truth is my statement.
Yep.
Can I assist with communicate justice?
Certainly could.
Focus and
Okay.
charm, perhaps, or persuasion.
Either way, you guys are being nice to the guy, so I can see it either way.
Okay, so I'm gonna pitch a couple of traits at you.
No. And no. And no. No, go ahead.
First one is spy. I'm used to finding out information through various ways.
Yeah.
One of those is social engineering. Okay, and then easy to talk to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings it down to 3. Okay, so you're assisting, so I'm going to give you 3 momentum for 4 dice.
Okay. 2 and 3.
I'm going to guess neurolinguistic supplies.
Yep.
6 off of my roll. Are you assisting, Kareem?
Yes, I am. Oh, you rolled. My bad. No, sorry, I didn't hear the blip that I normally hear.
Okay, so that's 7 on a diff 3. Or you can count it as 9 on a diff 5.
Oh, so you have one float at the end of it. So you get to hear his answer, and you can spend on that because his answer is at part of your success.
Okay.
The Bene Tleilaxu seem to be have risen this due to certain observations through persons they have in the Silvanus system.
I'll just nod over to Johanna with like a, let me try handle this.
But you didn't hear that from me. You must have
Of course not. Of course
figured
not.
that out on your own.
Hold
For the
on a
love of
second.
all
Let
that is
me.
goodly and godly, please don't tell anyone I told you.
I don't even know what you're speaking of, Agent.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
Let me look through my notes real quick, Kareem, because I might have.
No, I have maybe a way to get us out of this, to charm the pants off this guy.
Yeah, but I might have a contact in the guild as well.
Can we create an advantage with that one float?
You'd need two.
Can we
But
spend
wait,
one
I mean,
more?
yeah, sure.
That he's buttered up.
Sure. It seems like you guys.
So
are all
so the next, communicate roll towards it might be slightly easier.
Yeah, you can ask extra questions off the back of that, because you did ask him the most dangerous question he could have answered. He's already answered. Like, that's the biggest scariest thing he could have said.
Finding out specifically who, we're probably not going to get that because that's probably above his pay grade.
Yeah, they wouldn't tell him that. He just knows.
Yeah, but...
he can piece together it's the Bene Tleilaxu, because
yeah, but
he wasn't. I will say he wasn't specifically told. It's just something he was able to piece together from the data he saw. He's like, oh well, that has to come from them.
Aside from this, the only thing we can get, honestly, is try and get ourselves out of this mess. And I think I have a solution to that, but go ahead, Ensley, and tell me what you got.
Don't think. Yeah, I didn't get a name. I just have a contact in the Spacing Guild. Or did I get a name for that and we just didn't fluff it out, GM? Because I had the meeting on the Highliner on the way over with an actual guild agent.
I probably gave you a name. I just can't recall who it is.
Okay.
I may have just left a guild agent if I didn't have a name. But
right.
Usually.
So I'll say no. Of course. I didn't hear you say anything. However, I think that Agent X from your own organization would be quite interested in hearing that the Bene Tleilaxu have been interfering with the movement of House Beleza. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to tell you why, but the agent will know. Because that was kind of the crux of our conversation and me trying to, develop a relationship and a contact there, because the Bene Tleilaxu are working against all of us. So, yeah. So I'll just see if I can't convince him to pass that up the chain to the appropriate bureau.
I'll carry your message up to the appropriate person.
Yeah, thank you so much. You are so very kind, and you're very understanding when we find ourselves in such a, frankly, little embarrassing difficulty.
As for the difficulty itself, Guild Agent, I'm sure perhaps we can come to an agreement. Let me be frank. While we are traveling, our main destination is, of course, our home system of Silvanus. We have business there, and for the next month or so, we will not be, so to speak, moving off the system. Should you find any irregularities, you may, of course, contact us and try us, go to a full trial on Silvanus, and we will most likely be acquiesceable to such a request. And perhaps for your generosity in letting us return to our system, physically return to our system, we might be willing to throw in a humble 5% discount on the next purchase the guild makes for our Highliners, of course.
You just offered to lose
a bribe.
That bribe that you gave him, that you pointed out, would cost you 2
A lot
wealth
of money.
points off your house budget.
Next month?
Yep.
Oof.
Can we survive that? I think we could.
That's making things kind of tight, and it's also like kind of a bribe. So I think,
To get to the bottom of the bad things, you got to do bad things.
Well, no, but my whole thing is this is a Joanna problem. Ultimately, like you will be able to leave. It's me, really, I think, that is going to have to hang on the Highliner if things don't get cleared up.
Let me just roll back for a second there. How about just trying to see the original plan? What if if you find anything, could we just be tried on Silvanus if you find anything? No, just
Mm,
let us go back. We'll be there for the next month or so, not going anywhere. If you find anything, just try us there.
well, the thing is, my superiors would find it difficult if you were to be found guilty. I imagine they would find it quite difficult to extract you from your employer's territory should they wish to be non-cooperative, since they have a rather large military.
Here is what I suggest. There is a guild, well, a guild agent and a guild branch on the main planet of Silvanus. We are under obligation from our liege lord on Silvanus, of course, to listen to his orders. Should you decide to find us guilty of any sort of crime, which frankly I doubt because I performed the Reverend Mother's paycheck myself and found no irregularities, you may, of course, issue a note to the liege lord of Silvanus, the steward of Silvanus, and we will come at his behest to the guild headquarters. The chain of command, you see.
Give me a communicate roll. This won't be diff 5. That's hard. It's just difficult. Difficulty 4 normally. He already likes you. He might just help out with the paperwork on his own. So it brings down to diff.
Okay. Can I get 2 more dice?
With
momentum.
Yep.
Communicate justice, because why the hell are we, being done in like this?
I will disagree. You're asking for special treatment, so your statement doesn't apply.
Duty, because
Yeah,
we're
duty would apply.
important to the house. We are very important to the house.
Yeah.
As focus and charm or persuasion.
Yeah. Got it.
Can't win them all.
I think there's some paperwork we could arrange. Put you on your own reconnaissance and have you on a suspended holding. I mean, it's not like you can leave the system without us.
Exactly.
And then if I put in that paperwork, then I'll be right back. I'll have some of the paperwork filled out for you, and I'll just need your signatures. Oh, give me a moment.
I perhaps think, Reverend Mother, that this was the least toxic way we could have gone around this.
Agreed.
It
However,
seems that we have drawn the attention of some of the face dancers. I mean, this much was known, but that they would go so far as to meddle with your finances.
well, it keeps us from it. Well, it won't really delay our departure because they're not going to. We're going to get on the Highliner.
It is more of a headache than anything.
But knowing the master, the Tleilaxu master, they have some specific reason for doing this. It certainly, at least ties me up for a certain amount of time and makes my job as spy master more difficult.
Reverend Mother, may I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Are we... Could you perhaps ensure that we are not spied on for the moment?
I certainly can try. So, yes, I will activate the Ixian dampener.
As you activate it, Silvanus opens the door and sees the field on and just kind of looks and shrugs at you.
I'll give him just give us one moment. A sign with my hand.
Actually what he does, he leaves the door open. He just kind of tucks the papers to his chest because he can't hear you anyway. So he just I'll wait for you to wave me in.
Is there perhaps another among us? Face dancer, I mean? Somebody got access to your finances. Perhaps someone quite close to us.
It's always a possibility. We could always have Dr.
Let me be clear with you, Reverend Mother.
Jorg.
There is nobody else that has access to your finances other than me and my most trusted aides.
Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, it is the intergalactic banking system is how we operate. It's not as if I carry around enough money to hire Highlander passage in cold hard cash. There are multiple places where a talented hacker could alter records and
But GM, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Hacking into the Imperial banking system is no simple job. Like it would it wouldn't be even possible maybe for a mentat.
Well,
But I mean, we have our ethos, but perhaps a face, a twisted mentat
I
might
mean,
be able to.
fundamentally, they're altering records, which is a whole. They're not even necessarily hacking into. I mean, it's theoretical that they could have moved some money from dark sources into my account, but I'm guessing they probably just hacked some records, which is
But
not
just
quite the same thing.
for my personal understanding, like hacking into the Imperial banking system is almost akin to suicide. Am I correct in this statement?
no, because it's not the Imperial banking system. That doesn't. You're talking about something that doesn't exist. The guild is the bank.
Right, but someone changed the numbers on Johanna's account. Obviously, doctored them, or at least we are led to believe so.
You believe so,
Is that
yes.
is that a simple task that one could perform?
It would be an operation for sure. It'd be a full. If you guys were gonna do it, it wouldn't be a single roll. You'd make a whole mission about getting into a guild bank and fixing the records.
Would it
stuff
be
like that.
within the bounds of possibility of a Tleilaxu phased answer mentat?
Certainly, but then again, you could do it too if you had enough money and time to do it.
I am the treasurer, of course I could.
Right, but I mean, I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily have to be. I mean, and not all Bene Tleilaxu and their agents are face dancers, but I mean, yeah, it could be a face dancer in the guild. It could just be.
Also consider that you don't, because cryptography isn't a thing in the computerized sense. You have, if you were to do it, you just need to get to the paper files, the actual like filing cabinet. Think pre-computing computers banking systems. You
Yeah,
have to get to the paperwork to mess with your records. Although it's difficult to do because the Imperium is the bureaucracy is supposed to cover you
Yeah, I
through
understand.
multiple
There you
layers. So it's
That
really hard to
answers-
really make it stick.
go. Answers my question. Yes. All right. I still stand by it. All I'm saying, Reverend Mother, is that we should exercise extreme caution because there may be someone else. We know that the consort of our Pflanzgrafen was one. There may be another.
yes,
I
but
wouldn't put it past the Bene Tleilaxu to send a contingency.
nor would I. But only a Suka doctor has the skills to determine if someone is or is not a face dancer. But in any event, let us let
I
the
trust. Yes, I trust you will handle this when we return.
of course, and I'll deactivate the dampener. Our apologies, Agent. Some house matters we had to discuss in light of our potential delay.
All right. Close the door in and sits down. Okay, so here is the paperwork. I've already filled out some of it already. Here's your copy, Mr. Cabana, and yours, Reverend Mother. Feel free
Thank
to
you.
read them over. I wouldn't take too much longer. We are boarding soon. So.
Just a quick mentat glance. Anything out of the ordinary here?
Understand difficulty 1. He's already filled out a lot of it, so it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, Joanna's going to just kind of trust Kareem on this. He's going to have to.
Understand truth?
Yep.
Show bureaucracy or data analysis as a focus?
No. Both.
Yep, there you go. One momentum on the board.
Moment. Yeah, he basically just outlined what it is and basically what you agreed on. It's like, hey, look, you can't. Basically, you guys can't Highlander out of the Silvanus system until the audit is done. Once it's done, or the investigate out, and then once it's done, you can. If you're found innocent, you'll be able to travel normally anyway. If you're found guilty, you'll be summoned to. They'll put out a summons through the steward of Silvanus to attend to the Palace City Guild Bank for further.
And this is Joanna specifically, right?
I, as treasurer, am responsible for your finances. I believe I am the one under audit, or should be, right?
Nope, it's aimed at Johanna.
Yeah.
They'll call you. They'd want to call you, Kareem, as a witness, but not as a suspect. They've already
Alright.
audited you anyway, so.
Oh yeah, I've already passed the audit.
Yeah, they don't need to
This
audit
is-
you again for another year. So they're like, yeah, we're not. I mean, maybe for actually no, every quarter they might do it, but that'd be extreme. Once a year is
Right.
perfectly reasonable.
But I
Um,
also think that that Joanna can ask you to look in on it from our side
yeah, of course.
and investigate it. Yeah, which I will.
I'll nod over to the agent and to Johanna and say, very well. It seems that all is in order. Shall we board then, Reverend Mother?
Yes, let's.
So you both sign
Guild agent,
documents.
Guild agent, thank you very much for your time. I realize, and I'm sure that this will all turn out to be one great misunderstanding.
Just a meta question: did your characters actually sign the documents?
Oh, we have to sign them. Yes, of course. I'll sign my document and hand over the pen to the
Any
Reverend
reason
Mother.
I shouldn't sign this, Kareem?
No, Reverend Mother. It outlines everything we have discussed.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to spend a momentum to obtain information on these on the documents. Reading through them. Is there something in here that I really don't want to sign my name to?
Sorry, I'm thinking of it from a hyper awareness point of view because you see more things. This could be a way, if the doctoring continues, to arrest you using a house bigger than you. They wouldn't need to hold you on Highliner. They could get the steward Silvanus to do their work. So there is an opening you're leaving here.
So if I don't agree to this, then I wind up stuck on a Highliner, basically.
Yeah.
And
but the Highlander will stay in the Silvanus system. They're just gonna, you just can't leave. You're basically stuck on the luxury cruise ship, basically.
but the luxury
Oh,
cruise
the
ship
board.
can't leave either.
Well, they'll be hanging around for a bit anyway, so.
Right. But
Because the way they
theoretically-
figure it'll be figured out by the time they've arrived, and if it hasn't, we'll hang around a day or two, and it shouldn't take longer than that. If it does, then you're probably in trouble. Because if you're
Right.
innocent, we'll find out very quickly. If you're not, yeah, you need to come with us.
Right. So the doctoring that theoretically has been done to my stuff, did that happen here on Kaitan? Would we need to be here to truly investigate it from our end? I mean, where do we need to be to run our own forensic accounting thing?
Silvanus would do it. I won't charge you for that. Silvanus would be the place to yeah. Silvanus would be the way to do it, 'cause that'd be your most immediate bank.
Okay.
So that'd be if you were to even they would, their first step in the investigation would be
Okay.
well, actually it'd be the Salutaris bank, and then the Salutaris branch office, and then the system-wide branch office in Palace, and then the next step above that would be a Kaz. The next step beyond that would be here on Kaitan.
Okay. Anything in here that keeps Kareem from being able to leave the ship and go about his business once we hit Silvanus?
For a momentum answer.
Hyper awareness.
No. He can be summoned as a witness, but he can't be held. He can't really be held.
Right, because this is this is an action against me, against
Yeah.
Joanna.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just slide it back across and go. I trust the guild's processes. I'm sure that all this will be straightened out by the time we reach home. And if not, I'm content to await the investigation and whatever may happen aboard with all of the luxuries of a Highliner at my disposal.
Well, that's what we
Reverend
figured as
Mother,
well.
the Reverend Mother has spoken, Guild Agent, I'm afraid.
No, not at all. Gathers up the papers. Gathers yours. Follow me. We'll get you on. We'll get you through the guild board. We'll take the guild boarding line, so you don't have to sort through that. Otherwise, we're gonna be late.
Very kind.
Oh, not at all.
I'll like, whisper a bold choice, Reverend Mother. Have you seen something I haven't?
Just a potential opening for them to force the steward to arrest me.
I
Which
never
might be-
was particularly good at this legal matters. Perhaps we should hire a lawyer.
Wait, let's make it a sporty character.
So, the scene changes as we do a quick check-in. Certain person. Oh, no. Ritter Moonshadow, Marshal of House Elacca.
Yes.
What happens to her? Does the doctor pull her back from the brink of the eternal, or is she lost to us forever?
So, yes, in this case.
Okay.
I said I will say so, yes, in this case.
And what sort of so you wake up on a hospital bed.
GM, could I ask if like the activation and presence of the Sook Doctor could ameliorate any of the lingering effects, yada da da, that Moonshadow's gonna suffer? I mean, it would give
well,
a bunch
it's
of threat,
it's a trait that will require a test to go away. She needs like basically, I have to figure out exactly what the injury is at the moment. I haven't figured out precise what that is, but it's going to be a grievous injury that will leave a scar or like a broken limb or something like that. So a whole.
Okay, so that the Sook Doctor really wouldn't be relevant until later.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to check.
You find the guide Solva at your bed, as well as a doctor who is attending you, and there are guards everywhere in this room.
Okay.
Richard Marshall, are you with us? Says the doctor.
Mill will try to sit up.
You feel intense pain from the injury you've suffered. Don't feel like you can stand yet.
Apparently.
The doctor, seeing you wince, immediately
relax,
grabs something and jabs you in the arm.
Sorry?
The moment you were like wincing and sitting up and you are talking, the doctor grabs something and jabs you in the arm, and then you feel the pain keep you from yelling out. You were saying? Sorry. You look like you were going to pass out on us.
I'm awake. Thank you. I don't think I want to move yet.
We'll make sure you get on the first Highlander back to your world, and inform your relevant physician. It seems that her ladyship is not pleased with what's happened on Ikaz. You are being requested to return home as soon as you're able. And currently you're not, and I believe someone here wanted to speak with you for a moment. And he gives a nod at Silva. Silva gives him a nod back, and Doctor looks around at the guards, gives them a look, and they shuffle in place. Like, there must have been a conversation that happened while you were unconscious. They look like they aren't going to move. The Doctor clears his throat again, and they give you a very stern look, and then they leave. Ritter Marshall. You're one to make friends, aren't you?
I make as many enemies as friends, it seems, these days.
The Lady Akaz, the Archduchess, I should say, is, well, I couldn't hide what happened. I needed the best doctors I could to save you and your marshals. I found you all being attacked by that hovercraft, and it seemed that your personnel transport was intact due to its shields, so I was able to do what I can to bundle you all into it and race you back. But one doesn't roll in with a personnel transport full of injured marshals without attracting the local marshal service to what I was doing. I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you more than I did, but
I owe you my life. There is no apology needed. And the lives of any others who survived. How are they?
with the help of the Kaz's doctor and medical staff, they seem to be rather well versed in dealing with injuries. So they're able to give everyone a full recovery. I apologize for the pain. You were supposed to get a fair amount of incenses lit while you were waking up, but I figured you wanted to be alert for your trip back.
Thank you.
The rest of your marshals are seeing a variety of colors, and I think at least 2 of them are singing their favorite childhood stories. Apparently it helps with the trauma of nearly dying. Apologies for robbing you. The cabin is destroyed completely. All the evidence of anything that was there is gone. Frankly, the only reason I'm not sitting inside of a cell right now for leading you into a bandit ambush is that a certain the House Baz apparently has vouchsafed that you were on house business for Beleza. So thankfully that kept me out of prison. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they're going to investigate this any further. Not sure exactly what's going on around here, but for all that devastation that's out there, people around here don't seem to care that much. It felt like the whole world was about to align to make sure I went into prison and disappeared. If House Baz hadn't intervened, I don't think we'd be talking right now. I'm not sure what would have happened to you, frankly. This feels like a cover-up to me. But what do I know? I'm just a guide. I'm lowborn. But I get the feeling you were lowborn too, so I figured I owed you an explanation as to what was going on.
Thank you. Do you think you will be... Do you need off planet?
That's a good question. I'm not sure how long. Well, you know what? I was gonna say no, but I'm not sure where I'm gonna go with the War of Assassins the way it is. I get this funny feeling I'm not out of the crosshairs yet. Oh, I can go where it is your house is. Alessa, I think it was. No, that's the house. Yeah, wherever your house,
Yep.
Bleza, is situated, I wouldn't mind going there, assuming they're not gonna disappear me as well.
If they do, they will make an enemy of me. You saved my life, and I will not soon forget that.
Not. Well. Apparently you're going to be under guard on the way back. So if we're going together, I think I shouldn't leave. What was that? Sorry?
What exactly do they think I'm going to do? Try to run?
They've seen some. You have not seen the strangeness that this war has brought out in people, Marshall. All kinds of terrible things that lurk in those woods. The reason we give guides.
Thank you again. And thanks for saving my people.
Is there anything you try to do before you are carted off back to Salutaris?
If it is possible for me to write a letter of genuine gratitude, no artifice to the host spouse, I will do so.
Easily done. I won't charge you for that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Not the outcome I thought was going to happen today. I thought you guys were really going to get that guy. I thought you were going to get the false graph. I really did, and I was like, oh no.
Just some poorly timed bad dice rolls right there.
Yep. And you guys did as much as you could, I think, on Kaitan as you could have. You could have made things harder on yourselves for your later stuff, but you basically just tied up loose ends and got off and ran into a speed bump in the road. I'll put it to you this way: by the time you get to your next monthly meeting, the audit will mysteriously be done. So,
like, have gone away, be done, or what?
we'll have gone away. It's going to be waived off for some weird reason. Almost like someone was hoping you weren't going to get on the highliner. But you got on. It's like, oh well, if they go, then we can't do anything to you while you're on the highliner, and you'll get off on your planet. So, well, yeah, your middle stop was Ikaz, which is already heavily policed and marshaled anyway. It's like, no, we can't do anything to you while you're on the highliner, and then if you had signed I might have said something bad happened. If you had actually signed, I was going to get you. And have another thing happen, but you're going to be staying on the highliner, and then so basically what's going to happen, you're going to be on the highliner for an extra 4 or 6 hours than you normally would, and then it's going to be like, apparently it's all cleared up, you can go now.
No big.
So it's like, okay, why'd you even hold me? Oh, I don't know, they just withdrew the evidence. It's so weird.
Yeah, strange, isn't it?
But yes, so the next time will be another monthly meeting to figure out your next target. Unfortunately, the false graph is still in the wind. I bet the false graph is not going to be terribly pleased with that turn of events. But hey, at least Elacca is on the ropes. They've been pushed into a corner and largely out of your way. But the false graph is still out in the wind, and you have a enemy who is constantly hounding you. Perhaps you will find a way to excise that enemy from the government works. But for all of you who are watching, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And hope to see you again next time. Bye.
So, again, I'm not here next week, but I will just go ahead and put out there that if possible, having the wealth asset for Joanna is very handy. So, if
How much did we get XP wise? Did you write down?
I have